get a news update, my brother Tunto Spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moravia Tunto Spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just Tunto Spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, Tunto Spoon. Yeah, Tunto Spoon. Yeah, Tunto Spoon. You from Vonjema, Maryland, Tunto Spoon. Yeah, Tunto Spoon. If you eat Cape gradually, my brother Tunto Spoon. You got a Spoon TV, you got a Spoon Radio, Tunto Spoon. Yeah, Tunto Spoon. You wanna get a news update, Tunto Spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, 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 kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you about today?
Spoon TV. Spoon.
Yes, what you about today?
Spoon. Spoon TV. Spoon.
Ba-da-ba-de-ba-de-ba.
Spoon.
Skiddy-biddy-biddy-da-ba-do.
Spoon TV. Spoon Entertainment.
Kua. Bese kua, kudileo. Kua, kudileo.
Tunto Spoon. To get
Yes,
your information. Tunto Spoon. To be part of our discussion. Spoon. Spoon Television. Spoon. Spoon Radio Station. Spoon Television.
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
Tunto Spoon. To get your information. Tunto Spoon. To be part of our discussion. Spoon. Spoon Television. Spoon Radio Station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Moravia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just Tunto Spoon, you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just Tunto Spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother Tunto Spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moravia Tunto Spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just Tunto Spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, Tunto Spoon. Yeah, Tunto Spoon. Yeah, Tunto Spoon. You from Vonjema, Maryland, Tunto Spoon. Yeah, Tunto Spoon. If you eat Cape gradually, my brother Tunto Spoon. You got a Spoon TV, you got a Spoon Radio, Tunto Spoon. Yeah, Tunto Spoon. You wanna get a news update, Tunto Spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, 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 kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you about today?
Spoon TV. Spoon.
Yes, what you about today?
Spoon Spoon TV, Spoon Entertainment. Spoon TV, Spoon Entertainment.
Yes, I, a special one from the CEOs, banter with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Morovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Morovia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what happening in the ministry, to spoon. To spoon. To spoon. You from Fonjema, Maryland, to spoon. To spoon. If you eat kepa, gradually, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. To spoon. You wanna get a news update, to spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, 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 kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you got today?
Spoon TV, Spoon.
Yes, what you got today?
Spoon TV, Spoon.
Skidibidi dabado.
Spoon TV, Spoon Entertainment. To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon radio station.
Okay, folks, while I wait to welcome you to another edition of the program, Spoon Talk is back on your radio. This is where we bring you all of the latest happenings in Liberia, trending national issues. You get to have your say on those issues as they unfold. Spoon Talk, as you know, is Liberia's biggest talk show on radio and online. This is where you get authentic information about all of the happenings in Liberia across the world. And I'd like to say welcome. Thanks for joining us here tonight on this edition of the program. My name is Nelson Colette. Today is Saturday, of course, the 23rd day of March 2024. So early. It seemed like yesterday when we sang Happy New Year. You know, everyone, everyone tried sending um, New Year messages, Christmas messages to folks across the world. But it's been 3 months. Yes, we've ended January, February, and this is March, moving very close to the end. With today being the 23rd day, so it tells us that 2024 is moving so fast. Very soon, we'll be ending the first quarter of the year and then moving to the second quarter. But it's good to be here. I'd like to say welcome. Thanks to all of you who have joined us tonight on the program. My name is Nelson Colette. I see lots of you in the comment section. Thanks to our audience online. We're live on YouTube. Our YouTube handle is Spoon Talk Live. We're also live on Facebook. And on Facebook, we're there on Spoon TV, Fabric TV, and Super TV as well. Thanks to all of you joining us from there. Kindly share the program as you come on, because this edition of the show is going to be very, very fascinating. Thanks for joining us tonight. As I await Dr. Richardson and the rest of the team, the CEO and everyone, let me just see. Uh, Let me go to the comment section and recognize a few of you joining us tonight. Well, I see Oliver Wisse is here. Oliver Wisse Sr., thanks for joining us tonight. Kema Curtis, thanks for being here tonight. Henry Masakwe, we appreciate you. Thanks for joining us. You said you're joining from wow. Morris, that's Martha Morris. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being here tonight on the show. Kindly share the program as you come on. Spoon Talk is back on your radio. I see the Bill Carson. Yes, thanks for being here tonight. Thanks for joining us. I see Kolu Blama, Jay Carter. Thanks for joining us. Kaifala V. Sharif, voice of Lawala Zoo. Yes, I think it's a radio station. Voice of Lawala Zoo. It should be somewhere there in Lofa County. Thanks for being here tonight. We appreciate you. Collins Bala, Pretty Comfort Morris. I see Wonder P. Caleb. Yes, Chester Dokoli. Wow, my own brother. Thanks for joining us tonight. I appreciate you. I see Janine Jibo. Thanks for being here. Teresa, Madam Teresa Cici Marcy. Thanks for joining us, ma'am. It's good to have you on. Marcia Sining, thanks for joining us tonight. Martha Campbell, we appreciate you. Now it's moving so fast. I see Kou Gloria Vocal Mobile, Justina Bestman, Fred Hinen. Thanks to everybody for joining us tonight. Dr. Richardson and the rest of the team will be coming on. And then shortly we will move on to get the show started. The CEO and the rest of the team getting set to come on. But I see Melvin Davis, Zoe Sirleaf, Daniel Colley, Galakpa, that's Galakpa Pew. Yes, Ambassador Joseph, Joseph Kaye. Yes, hope I got the name right. Ricky Davis, thanks for being here. We appreciate all of you for joining us tonight. Augustine Myers, we appreciate you tonight. Thanks for being here. Sekou Sano, Anita Robert, Angie's Lamford, Mark Divine Marquet. Thanks for joining us. Evelyn Wallow, we appreciate you tonight. UJ Clark, thanks for joining us. Thanks to everybody for being here tonight. Wilfred Dobber, Justina Bestman, Alice Johnson, we appreciate everybody for joining us tonight. This is Spoon TV. This is your show. The Spoon Talk is back. Samuel Coker, thanks for joining us. Mary Fina Numa, Dennis Plambo, thanks for joining us tonight. We appreciate all of you. Well, I see Momo Sele. says, looking forward to a good show. Yes, indeed. It's going to be a fascinating show tonight. You don't want to miss this edition of Spoon Talk. Get glued to your radio, share the program, because the ship is about to take off. Well, Sakor Valley, Scott, Stasi Scott, Valerie Johnson, thanks for being here tonight. Winston Mensa, we appreciate you. Otavius Johnson, thanks for being here tonight. Joseph Yuma, we appreciate you. J. Benedict Kanda, thanks for joining us tonight. We appreciate all of you, man. Paul, I see Paul Warrior. Paul Warrior says, hello, Spoon family. He's falling from YouTube. Thanks for being here, Paul. Edward Jacqueline, Linda, that's Lydia Jones. Thanks for being Darlington Benjamin, Ezekiel Johnson. Let me recognize a few more names here and then we move on. I see Fala Human. I see Kisha joining from YouTube. I see Joseph Gotolo. Thanks for joining us tonight. Mary G. Wa, thanks for being here. We appreciate you, ma'am. Armstrong Benda, thanks for joining us. Ivan Cannon, Giflor Maulo. Yes, thanks to everybody for being here tonight. And then I see more names, more people joining us. Kindly share the program as you come on. Mafida Lloyd, yes, we appreciate you, brother. Thanks for joining us. Lincoln Morris, and I see Chester, Lincoln Morris. I see Rogers Pay. I see Oscar Wise, King Judu, Emmanuel Cooper, Dwayne Myers, Jackson Manley. Thanks for joining us. Thanks to everybody, man, for being here tonight. It's gonna be a great show. Yes, it's gonna be a great show here tonight. Well, we're gonna open the lines to take your calls. We want to hear from you. What are those issues that are of concern to you? What is it on your mind? Sometimes you come on the show as much as you love the show. You're here every night. In fact, this platform brings Liberians together from across the world. Liberians get together here every evening. As much as you love the show, sometimes Roland Ben, thanks for being here. Sometimes the very issues that make up the agenda doesn't get to be that real issue affecting you. And to address that aspect, that's why we have the What's on Your Mind, a segment where we sample your views. We open the lines, we afford you the opportunity to air your views. Those different issues that are of concern to you, you get to talk about them right here on this platform every single day. So I'm about to open the line so we get to hear from you. What's on your mind? What is that issue that you want to talk about? That issue that is of concern to you? Is it about politics? Is it about the economy? Is it about sanitation, health, education? Whatever that issue is, you now have the opportunity to speak out, to express yourselves on those different issues, regardless of where you are. And the good thing about this program is that Spoon Talk has absolutely no borders. Regardless of where you are, you can always tune to Spoon Talk and make your contribution to the national discourse. So thanks for being here tonight. Let me put the numbers up. 0555 101075. 0555 101075. Let me try to do this. I'm gonna put the WhatsApp line up as well. So this is the WhatsApp number. You can call on this WhatsApp that's scrolling right here on the screen. Let me do this. Okay, so you can call on the WhatsApp number there on the screen, and then you'll be live. You make a contribution. So let's go to the lines and start to take your calls. Let's hear from you. What is that issue that is of concern to you? What is it you want to talk about tonight? Hello, you are our first caller.
Hello.
Your name and where you call from.
Yeah, my name is Rasmus Kumar, calling from Soap Clinic.
Kerman, what's on your mind, sir? What is that issue you want to talk about?
Yeah, the only thing that on my mind this evening is I only want the government to make sure that they rehabilitation for the so-called that are on the street.
Okay.
You know, the so-called that 2 miles on the street that they giving the citizen a hard time.
Okay.
So that's the reason why I'm begging the DA boss to
Thank
make
you.
sure that this DA boss, the DA boss to to the country.
Okay, so the government should have rehab centers for the disadvantaged youth across the country, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. I
That is my
appreciate you.
concern.
Thank you. Let's hold you there and take another person. Hello, your name and where you call from?
Yeah, Nelson, thanks so much. I'm Thomas Coleman.
Okay, Thomas, it's good to have you. What's on your mind? What is it you want to talk about?
Yeah, so quickly, two issues. The first has to do with the new restriction coming from the Liberia National Police in relationship to the vehicle and traffic law.
In relation to the vehicle and traffic law?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we just want the Liberia National Police to be vibrant on what it said it would do, and let us be all out there to make sure that our cars or the even those that will be using the right of way and doing a bypass to get on the opposite lane, they should really take serious action on these guys.
Thank you.
The country needs to be in order.
Thank you, Thomas Kume. We appreciate you, sir. Thanks a lot for your contribution. We'll go back to the line and take this person. Hello, you're live. Your name and where you call from?
I'm a brother nation.
Yes, sir. Let's hear you. Can you want to walk away from the noisy background?
All right. A little bit better now?
Okay, I think so. Go ahead, sir.
All right. I need to just have some calling from there, so we'll come to Police Island.
Okay, Josiah, what's on your mind?
Quickly, my concern got to do quickly with the war economic issues. You know, since the issue has been raised, emanating from the lower house resolution to the upper house,
okay,
it has brought some bad feelings or mixed feelings, more said to our Senator Prince Johnson. But look, I don't know. This war economic not only for one person. No, the country, it will not set the precedent. It won't be good for us. There's a reason why someone just wake up and speak and threat the peace without regret, without remarks, in the name of politics. There's a need that the war economic come. That precedent is set. Because other people that they don't have no regard of what they get in the country. 200,000 level laws. Some of us were little bigger when the war entered here. We saw things. We saw a lot of things that they place on us more, the members we carry. But when they talk about prosecution, others just feel that only them.
Okay.
That's the reason why someone just join us after the peace in the name of politics. That the court and we support in the morning, surely.
Thank you, sir.
Leadership. Let it come. So the president will in the country.
Thanks a lot. We appreciate you. Let's take another person. Hello, you're live. Your name and where you call from. Hello, are you there? Okay, so let's go back to this line. Let's see if we can get this person coming through. Hello, you're live.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Let's hear you.
Good evening, Nelson, and good evening to your listeners. I just want to make a point to our government and our president, Josiah Boyka. My name is Jerry. I'm calling from New Jersey, United States.
Okay.
I want to say this to the government. Look, we cannot ignore Yeke Koruba. If Yeke Koruba come up with allegation against the government, they need to come out and clarify to the Liberian people. We're not going to do things as usual. We're not going to keep quiet because there's a lot of people that believe in this government. So I'm appealing to the president or the spokesperson of the president or the executive marshal, whatever. They need to come out and clarify the check that Yeke Koruba is talking about. We need to know as a Liberian. The coupon. We need a clarification on that.
Thank you, sir.
That's my issue. Thank you, Nelson.
Thank you. He says no business as usual. It's important. We get to hear from every single person here. Let's hear from you. Hello, you're live. Your name and where you call from.
My name is Kelvin Sayer. I'm calling from Raleigh, North Carolina.
Kelvin, let's hear you. What's on your mind?
So yesterday, I was watching Spoon Talk show, and so yesterday I was watching.
Yes, sir. Before maybe you continue, can you lower the volume of maybe your computer, your TV, or whatever you're using to monitor the show?
Is it okay right now?
Okay, I think so. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So yesterday, I was watching Spoon Talk show, and this topic brought up by Mr. Sam Jackson about the coupon that Yeke Koruba spoke about. I just want to say, like, before the government can even try to give this coupon a credence, there need to be a valid research into this coupon, because the sedition sometimes like to play a foul game. And I just want to tell the government to just keep track and keep focused on the economy. That's all I have to say.
So your point is the government shouldn't give credence to just anything coming up.
No.
Okay, they should keep focus.
No. Right.
Okay, thank you. Diversity of views is very important. Let's take this person. Hello, your name and where you call from?
Yeah. Yes, hello.
Yes, sir. Let's hear you.
Yes, Nelson, thank you for the program. Thank you very much. Nelson, I got 2 quick points. Number one, Nelson, I want for our president Joseph Boakai to focus on the disabled in our country. The blind, and they are already suffering. Please, we want for the issue to be raised to the president. If you go for me, you go all over in Liberia. The disabled are suffering. And my next point that I want to make, Nelson, my name is Imaya Mufasa.
Okay.
Is the issue of the land issue in that country. You know, the land settled there, they are selling the land there. They sell land to the other person. They turn around, they sell that same land to another person, and a breaking profit. Number one, to born naked area there, what they call Anya Bridge. That's it. There's a Gaza that there. They sold land 2, 3, 4 times. Please, let the issue be raised or in Liberia. There are other people over there, they buy their land, and the land issue is not being solved yet. Because people don't got the way to go to court, and they got taking advantage over it. Some of them boasting, we are in UBL, go to court, nothing can come to it, you can meet to police, nothing can come from it. And it happened, they call weak.
Okay.
They call we imagine. Police were taking and the police cannot even rest the car while the car they're bossing or other people phone right in front of them. And imagine, let me make the other point before I go. Imagine the guy told the police right in front of them that I told you when you're ready to come here, you need to call me before you come here. That is so disturbing. You control the police. So
Thank you.
Please, Nelson. Yeah, the Liberian people, yeah, that the government, yeah, and I appreciate they need to focus there.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. The multiple sales of land is an issue across the country. Some legal people that I've spoken to have said that it is criminal in the first place. But the enforcement of the law is just another aspect, which I think needs to be given some attention. But let's talk to this person. Hello, your name and where you call from?
This is Rufus Pade calling from Columbus, Ohio.
Mr. Pade, go ahead. Let's hear you.
So I'm going to go a little bit on Yeka Kolba issue. So Yeka Kolba issue is nothing but Prince Johnson issue. Yeka Kolba had been somebody that said he wrote a letter to the American embassy during weird times to call for war crime code. Now that the war crime code have just shaken the coffee bush, then everybody want to run to the forest. Everything that Yeka is doing right now is because he worried. He's not doing it because he want to. You know, he can buy more Joseph Walker. He know Joseph Walker knows better, and he know we follow. He know the culture. So I can tell the Liberian people or the local people not to pay attention to Yeka Kolba. Yeka Kolba right now is going through trauma because of the war crime code. Thank you, and have a great night.
Thank you very much. Let's take some calls from this line 0555101075. Let's go back to this line and take some calls. Hello, you're live. Your name and where you call from? Hello? Good evening. Are you here? Okay, we take another person. Hello?
Good evening.
Yes, sir. Your name and where you call from? Let's hear you from Kakata, Miami County.
Yeah, what is on my mind how to do with my giving? Working after the election when my giving stood for Ambassador Boakai. After now, nobody ever get a lucrative position in this government. Remember that because we were saying here when political reward is there on earth. So it is important that brothers you think about my giving. You can't get poor qualified in my giving, and you can't get one position. But why 2 times election my giving took the 1 or 2. Why is it that my giving cannot get any position in this government? It is wrong. In fact, the Boakai, we stood for the struggle, and it is time for the guy to give it. Thank you so much.
How many Magibians you want to get a lucrative position?
Okay, that's it. who should have get Olivia position in the government. Where President Baka told us that if he win, the 15 countries will get a ministerial position. That you did not get none. Even the
did he really say that?
To have opportunity or what. But remember that giving a greater role in the in president we are president.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. Wow. Hello, let's hear you. Your name and where you call from. Can you hear me? Okay. Hello, you're live. Let's hear you. Hello, are you here? What's going on with this line? We take this one. Hello. Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Go ahead, sir.
Well, good evening, family of Spoon, and good evening to everyone following the show. The name is Ramsey J. Quay Jr. I call you from Dixville. I'm the campaign manager of the Unity Party in Sino County, and I have a very burning issues. And thank you for the privilege that I will be able to express it on the platform.
Go ahead, sir, but please walk away from the noise. Your background is very noisy.
Thank you. First, I want to appreciate the president for giving me the opportunity to serve as a campaign manager of Sino. It was very challenging. I want to say bravo to all those who stood by us. The problem here is we, as people who joined the campaign, the essence of joining the campaign was to ensure that we do business not as usual. That is, incorporating people based on proximity and allowing people who suffer for the struggle. Like for me as a campaign manager, told the party, I don't need position, I don't need a job. But what because those labor and are qualified today, the appointment of Minister of Grace by the president, who did not even give us a single call inside or out of the campaign manager, did not receive a single call. Or even for him to even visit the county, he did not do. Today, he in the court of the city.
Your line has gone bad.
He wants to put it on the 9 sign, and he has taken the list.
Thank you.
Donald Lemon, Deputy Campaign Manager for CDC in Sino, Mr. Mandona Lemon has.
Oh my God, there's something about your line. Maybe you have to adjust and then you can call back. It's very important. You can make the adjustment and then call back. We're gonna take more calls. Yes, you need to express yourselves. You need to talk about those different issues on your mind. It's very important. And it has gotten to the point where there are more concerns about jobs, and everything. And as I listen to all those concerns, and interestingly, there was a CPP framework document before even getting to where we are. At the time, the 4 major political parties, the start of the whole thing. There was a portion in that document that said only known and visible members will get jobs. And when the media captured, when that caught the attention of the media, the advocacy groups, almost everyone beat on the CPP at the time on grounds that jobs should not be given on the basis of political alignment or political affiliations. It should rather be on the basis of qualification, who can do the job. Liberians who have what it takes to deliver in those different areas. And based on the public pressure and how much Liberians disagree with the CPP at the time, they went back and changed that position, that particular portion of the document. They rephrase it, they work on it with bearing in mind that we are all Liberians. So yes, it's a good thing. I mean, everyone wants a job. A lot of people are disappointed at this time, but again, It depends on why you went into the struggle. It depends on why you campaign for a change. It depends on what the government is doing now as well. So if the idea was to bring about a change, was to bring about a leadership that you have so much trust in, that will have transformed the life of the ordinary people through the policies, the plans, the actions they will put, they're going to take. If you campaign based on the trust you have in the president now, that he will deliver, that he has what it takes to bring about the kind of Liberia that we all look forward to, then that's good. Then the issue of jobs should not be the prime focus. But if it was about jobs, if it was about, getting maybe your cronies to get more positions in government, yes, then maybe you have a point. But at the end of the day, this country, we are all Liberians, regardless of the political affiliation. So, when we advocating, especially people start to advocate for jobs based on tribal lines, based on political affiliations and all of those things, then what's the change that you told people about during the very campaign period? I think Liberians should be more concerned at this time about, the policies, what the government is doing. How is the government? What are the moves? How is the government working to bring about the transformation that, a lot of people opted for? But the thing about jobs will always come and go. You can get a job today. So if it is just about political affiliation, if this line that I see most people pushing, I was campaign chairman, I was campaign coordinator, so I need to get a job. If it should be on that basis, then nothing is guaranteed. That's how cronyism and all of those things will creep into the system. Then you go back to business as usual. But if it is about getting the kind of Liberia that most of you campaigned about, if it was not about personal interest, if it was not about what you will get at the end of the day, then you should give your government a chance, to roll out the plans and policies and everything they have in place. But again, people go into things for different reasons. All right. So just thought to throw that in. Let's take a few calls. I'm still awaiting the CEO and the rest of the team. Once they come on, they're going to take over as we get the show started officially. This is the Spoon Talk. And Nelson Colette, let's take more calls. Let's take this person here. Hello. You're live, and where your name and where you're calling from?
Hello.
Can you? Okay, yeah, go ahead. You're live.
Hello.
Yes, hello. How are you?
This is Sunday at Jiba.
Okay, please go ahead.
I have three concerns.
Yes, sir.
One, LEC is charging everyone you have to buy units, and it becomes 10 units from you. And next time they are calling a tax table. So they are forcing people to buy and be calling in that table. That's one. Two, about it, EPL said they should change. They can use the money up to the 31st of March. But if you are getting money up to the 31st of March.
Sir, I don't know, but for some reason, yes, sorry, I had to let you go. For some reason, your audio wasn't just clear, so I hope you can work on it and try to call back. Let's take this person. Hello, your name and where you call from?
William, I'm Sino.
From Sino?
Yeah, my point is, we campaign because we believe in the rescue vision. People who doubted the vision cannot be a priority. How would they implement? JMB alone cannot implement the vision. It needs collaborators. As such, you cannot take people who doubted the vision to be the implementers of the vision. Then we will protest. we are going to lead. We are campaigning for that person. We will turn some of us down when JMB to
no, my man, listen now, listen.
And willing to do to implement the arrest agenda. We are going to protest. We are clear about that.
Thank you, sir.
A single job as a person, but the team we represented, we saw in the Southeast, our life was arrest. All of them were jubilating. They were using the money when we were defending the rescue mission. Then today we should dash it in their hands.
Thank you.
Now what you mean?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Let's go you there and take another person. Let's go to the WhatsApp line and take some calls from there. Hello, you're live. Your name and where you call from. Hello? Hello? Oh, wow. There's an issue here with connection. Hello? Okay, so there's an issue here with our connection. So let's see if we go to this line. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, please go ahead. WhatsApp line.
Good evening, nursing colleague. Good evening to Labrenda following the media tonight. Especially, we are privileged tonight to be on Spoon.
Yeah.
Nursing, you raise a very important topic like that, especially President Bwagai campaigned a lot of Pelus and wish that we accepted it and we supported him. But we are looking at the government, and the government is proceeding in the reform manner. Which we that supported Bwagai from the 2017 election to present, we should be patient. We have to be patient. We all cannot work in government, and the government have to also look at the private sector. We to the sector that our citizens can get jobs. Those who believe in the agriculture sector, that the agriculture sector can be impacted, and those who believe in government, there must be room created for a new government to bring more people into work, so the people deserve the job. And other companies and Bwagai committees set up from the House and all of ministry and agencies.
Okay.
She visited some of these agreements with this company to open the arm to Labrand to work. Labrand deserve their job.
Thank you, sir.
And they deserve to live a better life.
Thank you, sir. Great point. Let's hold you there and take this person. Hello, you're live. Your name and where you call from?
My name is Kelvin. So Nelson. So I was just listening to the previous caller that just spoke about jobs, right?
Yeah.
We need to understand this. The Bwagai-led government never came into power to give jobs to partisan. It has to be based on competence and production. So people need to understand this. Liberia is not come and go and chop. We need qualified and competent people to work in the government to make our people's life better. So all the UPS partisan, y'all need to understand, if you're not qualified, you can help in all the ways to help the government improve the lives of the people. That's all I have to say, man. Like, people need to understand, this is Liberia. This is Liberia. We got to be serious. We have to be serious.
Thank
you, Nelson.
Thank you, Kelvin. I appreciate you. Let's take another person here. We lost that call. Lost that caller. Okay, so let's take this call. Hello.
Yeah, hello. Hello, Nancy.
Yeah, hello. You're live.
Hello?
Let's hear you, man. You're live. Go ahead.
Yeah, Nancy, how you doing?
Yeah.
Yes, look. And then Liberian people want the thing that Joe we are to them. They pour everyone run campaign and Joe we are shut the system with a lot of people. And I think and that's the reason why the poor wreck that country like that. And they think that the public do the same thing. No. I think I explained Liberia to people more mature because 76 years. I think some of them they don't have no breed because they have like
let's respect every single person.
Yeah, but
let's respect their views.
Yeah, listen to me, because it don't mean that you wrong campaign. So it mean that everyone get job. No. The only thing that I expect to say, we want for the old man to create job and stuff like that. But I run a campaign, and so we don't get job. That's the reason why we have failed the system and the country is lost to that. So somebody had to understand. So let them protest. Let them go and protest. When they pull it, they think it be okay. No, it will not be okay. What they want, the Papa need his time. It will come when they be patient. Then we enjoy our country.
Thank you.
But anything that we want the government, that's the reason why don't believe what we are. That's the reason why we are suck them up and take all the money and push up politics and think they want for the government. And that's the thing they want for the government to do. No, he will not do that.
Thank you.
And Nigeria want to protest. Any government to the protest. And that the thing will get their job, they will get their job.
Thank you. Let's.
No money is in our country. They make sure to manage. So let them be patient. If you are not patient, you want to on the street, get on the street. Talking nonsense. Bye bye.
Thank you. Let's leave you there and take another person here. Hello, you're live on the show. Your name and where you're calling from. Let's hear you.
Okay, my name is Emmanuel Gabi, and I join you from the EW Bell.
It's the Gabi. Go ahead. Let's hear you. What's on your mind?
Okay, the life on our mind, and then, in politics and election, when election is over, people's expectation can be met. We know that. But one of my concerns is how to do with the rubber international rule that the East International is facing.
Yeah.
And also to in the vanguard with the CDC, the Unity Party, up to now, most of them are complaining. And while we were against yesterday, should be against today. The recent CDC were they had a one-time regime because they were forgetting other people that struggle with them. When you look at the Mike Gibby entire leadership when they go campaign, other people may sacrifice, they spend their own resources on the party, but they are still forgetting. Not because they are not close to authority. Other people who close to authority are pushing the agenda of the other people that are being campaigning. And that's brought probably into the CDC today. That brought their defeat. So today, the same thing we were crying for when the new regime has to introduce it again. Where are we going? These are some of our concerns. That we be able to make decisions that everybody will be satisfied. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you. Thanks for your contribution. This is democracy. We will always have different views on different issues. But let's talk to this person. Hello, you're live.
How you doing?
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Okay. Thank you so much. I want to appreciate you for the show. And what's on your mind whenever it is, I think it's an opportunity that gives us to express ourselves and to speak to issues. We all want Ambassador Boakai to deliver. That is the greater concern. And in delivering, we need to put in the competent, the qualified, and experienced people in the system. Now, there are people who are using their proximity. There are people who are now telling people who work for the party that the reason they put the party there was not to empower people who work for the party. So the qualified ones that work for the party, why you expect them to just observe and go for those who were opposing to be the priority? I don't think that the essence. It is government of inclusion, we are aware of that, but people believe in the agenda. Mind you, if you play your opposition more in the government, what you are going to do now, you are going to compromise the interest of your very self and your very self as a government that want to succeed itself based on what it will do, because your opponent will be the one to plan against you. So we're talking about people who believe in a red agenda and that are qualified. We kept saying qualified. So we are not saying put people there because you campaign for them. No, but when we're campaigning, we committed ourselves to people. Okay. Committed that there will be no business as usual. That when you go for the party and you qualify, then the party will go put people on party mandate or on the basis of friendship. No, and that's why we call it on the government. Ambassador Boakai should be careful with the appointment that he's making.
Thank you, sir.
When we were taking the risk, there were people in America afraid to come down so that they can't die. We were taking the race on the ground. Southeast was a very difficult place. All the top positions in government in the past regime, the heads were all from the southeast, and we resisted them. Resisting people in the midst of what they were benefiting from them, they saw all our threat to them. So when we are seeing these things, for me, I wrote the national chairman of United Party. I told him I do not need anything from United Party after the process, after campaigning. But our people who stood by us at the time we needed them, we don't need to forget them. And they will only be benefited through the kind of mature leadership, representation that we send on the ground.
Thank you, sir. Let's hold you there and take another person on the line.
Thank you.
Hello, you're live. Your name and where you call from. Hello? Hello, are you here? Yes, please go ahead. Your name and where you call from.
Hello?
Can you hear me? Hello, are you there? Okay, we take another person here. There seems to be an issue here with this line. Let's take this one. Hello? Hello? Okay, so we'll go to the WhatsApp line and take a call from here because there seems to be an issue from this end. Hello? You're live. Your name and where you call from.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Mountain. This is Sarah Johnson calling from the USA.
Mr. Johnson, go ahead. Let's hear you. What's on your mind?
Yeah, what's my mind this afternoon is, well, I must say thanks to the Labrampo for making a rightful choice. But if they want this government to go further, we should first and foremost try to remove the Liberian, the US dollar off the market.
Okay.
Because even you cannot compare US and Liberian dollars. I was there for 1 year. I just came back. The senators, representatives, the president himself, if they want good government for Liberia to be straight, let them remove the US dollars. Let everything be sold.
Okay.
In Liberian dollars. You go to the US, go to the bank. You will send money there.
Thank you.
I'll give you Liberian dollars.
Thank you, sir.
But if you don't do that, nothing good again. We'll be people seeing, yeah? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. See you. I want to say welcome to the show. You are muted. Okay, I think you're good now.
How you doing, Nelson?
Yes, sir. I'm doing good. The people have been in the comment section asking for the one and only Boom Breaker.
Oh, he's here. Boom Breaker is here. Boom Breaker is here. Boom Breaker is here. Make no mistake, Boom Breaker is here. The cause of the people, the struggle continue. But how you doing, man? There you go.
Yeah.
Who calling me again? Somebody calling me, Nelson.
Wow.
Yeah. But how's your end?
Yeah, I'm doing good, and we're moving on.
Moving where? You get nowhere to move. Carry one and go where? Carry one and go. Carry one and go where?
They
got nowhere to carry one. They got part 2 to it. You got a part 2?
Let me check for it.
I like the part 2, but the part 2 is not so interesting like the part 1, right? When they say carry one and go where? Why Harry Saki calling me again? Hello?
Hello, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing good, sir. How can I help you?
My name is Saki Harry. I'm calling from Pennsylvania.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm calling as the contest. I made a topic concerning the assets.
My man, I just get you on the show, but I'm talking about asset recovery.
Okay. I just want to talk about there's one thing in my mind.
My man, I'm ready. Yeah, but we'll call you back. But leave me back. Yeah, but leave me. I mean, we're gonna seize all the people property, but man, don't worry about that. We got 20 names right now. We got 20 names. Yeah, 20 names.
What I turned my attention was like people working in the hospital, taking them people medication, carrying them from private pharmacy.
My man, bye. Don't spoil my show today, bye. You putting my secret outside. Yeah, they might call to talk about asset recovery. Listen, asset recovery is in the book. I'm shocked.
Yeah.
I'm very concerned, Nelson. Nelson, who there? Oh my mama there?
Yeah. Oh my, yeah now.
I text our machine text me by Yantuan. You know that Yantuan will be the next senator in Nimba County. But where was she come on? Try to look at her text message, man. But I will say this to you, Nancy, to tell you the truth. The people beginning to put red tape on people's properties.
Wow.
I'm looking at my phone and I'm seeing buildings, storage building. Alex Wright, what's up, Alex? Patrick Davis, how you doing? I'm shocked. But wow. I got to give this good news to the Liberian people. They are putting tape. What's Sylvester Chittle play say again? The man saying text. Check the text message he's sending. That began, we can't trust him.
Let me see the main message.
Yeah, we can't trust that began. Then you get Auntie Mama coming to his studio looking at Indian woman. Then Auntie Mama, something about Auntie Mama changing though. Like keep her in the back where we see whether that the real Auntie Mama. Dwalu. What's up, Dwalu?
How you doing, Chief?
I mean, Auntie Mama changing to be a real young girl now, my man. The woman looking at Indian woman today.
Leave that topic. I know where you're going.
Let me leave it.
What's going on, my man? How was studio?
Yes, sir.
With me.
How was studio, my man?
Yes, sir. The Liberian people say they're missing you.
I come in, Jenna.
Why you couldn't put your car in the compound? Why you were always parking on the road?
No, I'm parking in the compound. Oh, now see, now I'm parking in the compound.
No, the camera guy. You know the compound get camera, right?
I always park in the compound.
The compound has CC camera, so everything was recorded.
Oh, man.
I don't know who called me. When you start calling me, I'm having fun today. I will call you back later. I don't know who the person, but I'll call you back later. I don't know your name, but you're in the studio and you calling from there. They know. But yeah, but what's going on with Auntie Mama Dwadu? Auntie Mama looks so young today. I met her, and you know, she get her long hair, her glasses. Auntie Mama looking just like her daughter in Delaware or somewhere in New Jersey.
Hey, she's aging gracefully, my man.
Gracefully, that's the word. Gracefully.
Yeah, you know.
Gracefully.
You take care of yourself, you know. God will bless you less stress. You know.
But Dwadu, let me bring the Omar on, right? Because I want us to have this conversation. Auntie Mama, how you doing?
Oh,
you bastard. You bastard, look and see. Thank you, yeah.
Auntie Mama, hold on. Let me put a glass of Google.
You are in Liberia. You are darker than. Look at the Omar, light skin, brown skin, everything.
Let me leave out of something.
And I bleach you, that the Omar own fair color, not even bleaching. The Omar that white woman.
There you go. You know when you want air conditioning in Liberia, you get bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the cool.
Yeah, from the cool.
Auntie Mama, welcome. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm okay.
Good. Thank God for you. I got a news for the people today. I want us to start from this end. You know, we're gonna have a relaxing good salad. It's raining at Eduardo. Is it raining at your end?
Yeah, it's really heavily.
It's really heavily, man. I supposed to meet this, you know, one of my best friends, but he had to cancel because listen, I drove on the road, the drainage looked like it's not working. But you know, Dwadu, the people that good over here, couple of cars drove. You know what they did? They came, they blacked the whole road.
Yep.
They blacked the whole road, they directed traffic the other way, and now the drainage started working because they work on it immediately. Once the citizen complained, Auntie Mama, called the police, and bam, it was done.
The local public works, yeah.
Yeah. They called them. They called the police. Police called the public with a maintenance team. They came. Something had Joey said the drainer and the gutter, right?
Yeah, systems work.
The system worked. You always talk about that system. It worked. I went to my mother's place. The road was bad. The black hair. I was coming back. It's clear. The water running through.
Yeah.
System.
Yeah.
Because if you have accident over there, you can sue the city.
Exactly. Stand up.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
We gotta congratulate our sister Miape Gono, the new superintendent
Oh man, you spoiling my show. You spoiling my show, man.
What's up,
I
Colin?
want to show the picture when PYJ put his hair on her back.
Yeah, okay. But man, that our sister there. She
Yeah, but you know what? I think she deserves it though.
Yeah, she deserves it. She does deserve it.
Yeah. I think she would do a beautiful job, and I pray to God for God to protect her because that's a very, very hard zone. You know what I'm talking about, Duaro. Andrew Mama, you from Nimba. You get the cultural people, the tradition people, you get everybody, and it's taking everything in my pair to be a superintendent for Nimba County.
Yeah.
It take everything in her. And I must applaud her because I will not do it.
Mm-hmm.
I will not go there.
Nope.
I will do my first Canada in Moravia.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Eduardo. I will do all my plenty talking right in Monserrato. I can't go beyond Monserrato. You go there, they nail you. Eduardo, you know what I'm talking about? You go there, they nail you. You're fighting with hyenas and wolf. The lions are there.
The man said.
Yeah. So you're right. You're right.
Something happening in Nima though. There is this progressive culture happening in Nima, especially the Ganta and those places. They're growing very fast. I mean, I think we should be excited for this. Miape, if she leverages that, she can do a lot of good things in Nima County. Hopefully, she does do that. But we praying for her. Hopefully, she does well, man. But it's a tough zone. But I think she's prepared for it.
Yeah, I think she is. But folks. And we'll go to Andrew Mama, who will speak more on this when we start the show.
Yeah.
I think she also needs our prayers. We should pray for her. It's not easy. It will not be easy. The fighting will continue.
Yeah.
Some people that just don't like her.
Yeah.
You know, Mepe, she talking as she see it, but she more disciplined also. And I just pray that God continue to protect her. God will guide her. That she will perform accordingly. And that's the best thing.
Yeah.
That she will perform accordingly. And that's a good thing. But I want to say that I was shocked, Andrew Mama. I'm receiving information. As a recovery, not playing. They are not joking. They have identified so many homes. I am not allowed to show those homes because it's not my business. They would do it. Andrew Mama, say what you want to say. Those people enrich themselves. Your brothers and sisters that work in the past government, they destroy our country.
I don't call them brothers and sisters. They're criminals, Stanton.
Yeah, but you understand they are our fellow.
No, the people that steal from you, they're not your brother and sister. They kill people. Their decisions kill people. I don't know why we love to do the brother and sister thing. We have to dislodge. If you steal from the Liberian people, you're not a brother, you're not a sister. You are a criminal that must be permanently separated from the people. That's how I see this thing.
I mean, that's your position.
Yeah.
But Andrew Mama, what I'm looking at, those property I'm looking at, we'll be having so many estates and so many hotels in our country. Those are massive property. But next week Friday, the asset recovery team will come up with the list of over 20 individuals by next week Friday.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. Tualu. They are coming up with the list of over 20 ministers, deputy ministers, directors. If I say that true, they have located property that you don't know about. And one of the past ministers said, you know what he said, Andrew Mama? But that's not my house. So if you say that's not your house, it means the government will just take it. Because no explanation.
Stanton.
Yes, sir.
Look, the asset recovery, if you remember, I asked Councilor Monty, since welcome, whether he was ready for this fight. When the first batch of listing come out, yes, Andrew Mama, you should probably understand what I'm trying to say. There will be so many accusations against. Look, the wave that will come. Look, that my own dream job there. Oh God, oh Baga, I tell you, he's not going to be here on that operation. Look, because the wave will come. They will try to vilify. They will do every single thing imaginable. And that's when that one can make me stronger. But at the end of the day, they will not even hold the property, sell them. Let the government sell them, recoup the money, and build some schools in Grand Bassa County for me. And build some factory in Grand Bassa County.
And and you know what happened here? Sis Glenny, welcome to the show. We gave Aunt Mama a chance to come in and use Sis Glenny. And please don't run for us today. If you have any date, just go on your date. You don't have to be here. Yeah.
Yeah, I do have a date. I need me soon.
Yeah, then don't just go now because you can
But
be
I
having
didn't tell anybody anything yesterday that you don't want spreading news. That the thing about you.
but
When they tell you that problem, they tell you that problem.
You get date, just go on your date. I don't know
Yeah,
how many people will take you on date. I don't know. They hearing that.
I'm screening them. I'm screening them.
Oh, you
And one person with your car and go that I gotta go through them first and decide.
So vetting process.
I'm getting it.
So
asset recovery.
So what are the criteria now? What will balance you out? What will balance you out now? What are you looking at?
The person gotta be able to cook, to clean, get money. You cannot working again. If you get any other thing, you fail the vetting process.
So the person gotta be able to cook.
Cook, work,
okay.
clean.
So take your time now. The people listen to you. The person gotta be able to cook.
Cook.
The person gotta be able to clean.
Clean house.
And what else?
And to be the only one that working.
So you don't want to work?
I don't work again.
But you believe
but you think that small vetting will all? Every week that somebody will be vetted.
The person should be from Basso County or anywhere.
I don't even care, even if they're from India. They gotta fit the vetting process.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So if the person can cook one out of the three, you will say consider.
So cooking is very important because the age where I reach now, I won't cook. Cooking is number one.
Oh, yeah. You cook Senegalese food.
Then we'll eat it, we'll learn how to eat it, we'll put seasoning inside it.
So if that be the case, then why are you going out to eat? Why the person can cook in front of you?
Right now, we're going to see the kind of food I like to eat so they can get familiar.
Yeah.
And you say you know English?
I think everybody will run. Having heard what she just said, everybody will run. They will leave about and say, I think they will cancel the dating tonight. That guy will cancel it tonight.
Somebody asked a question to Sis Glenny. Sis Glenny said, you will be the husband or you still be the wife?
I will be the wife. And I wife in the back in the day, you just be in the house. The husband come home, hi, honey. Yes, honey, how are you? You sit down like, hey, no work.
No work. Nobody won't work nowadays, Stanton, if you can get rid of it.
Yeah, I'm not even going to go Glenny way today. Let me leave Glenny alone.
I'd like to welcome everybody this evening. And first of all, I'd like to congratulate my niece,
Go.
As Sultan of the greatest county. The greatest county.
I will not choose that.
The strongest county. I like to say to the Nibanians that your daughter, that your granddaughter, you take care of her. She's a smart little girl. She's a woman now, but she's a little girl for me because I'm her aunt. And I just want to say you got something good. Work along with her. You will see a lot of improvement, a lot of development. And she's going to take care of the people. She knows the needs of the people. She knows what you want. She knows over the years what went wrong. It can be fixed. Everything that's spoiled can be fixed. In Nema County, we don't spoil it all together. What we do is that we roll it a little bit, we put it back together, and we glue it back. Like I said, Nema can never scatter. So you got your granddaughter, you got your niece, you got your daughter. Just open your arms out to her and everything gonna be fine.
I mean, like something a bit the same with me, man. Nobody can talk only you, man.
And everything gonna be fine. Now, when it comes to government officials, accumulating properties, You know, like I said, Stanton, they didn't really have properties over the years. Those people were suffering. They didn't have it. Most of them didn't grow up having money to purchase those things. So when they got into these positions, instead of them looking back at the people, I'm not saying, I know that no human being is perfect, but when you get a piece of job, you got to look after the people. There are few government officials within that rank who really took care of people that I know, that help people along the way, whether they know you, they knew you or not. So we got to stop this. We got to stop this. When you are giving a piece of job, take care of the people. And if you accept a job with the salary, that means that you know the salary. So you're not going there to enrich yourself. You're going there to make the lives of other people better and not you. So the people come first. So there we have it. The man is doing his job. You got to go according to the law. And so we are waiting to see the results.
So thank you very much. And you know what? Let's just enjoy ourselves. Because today's Saturday, you know, people cooking dry rice, they're eating a fufu soup. I don't know what you ate today, but it's raining over here. I drank hot pepper soup. I just drank only the soup, Duaru. I didn't eat no rice or nothing with just the soup, Lenny. It's so hot. It got pepper because, you know, I start feeding the rain came down and the heat, the dust came up. And that's what happening. So I'm kind of relaxed. You know, I drank my soup. I'm charged. Let's have a good show. Let's have fun. The Liberian people want us to enjoy ourselves. But Glennie, before you come in, I was back and forth with conversation today. The first thing I want to say off my chest is this asset recovery. Make no mistake, Glennie. This is a big thing in our country right now. I'm seeing properties. If I call the location, the people will know. How you call that avenue? Pierre Avenue? The place where you get 11th Street, 9th Street, all this, that Payne Avenue, right?
That's Payne Avenue. But he's on 9th Street, though.
No, not Joey House now. I just want to know the avenue. And the famous avenue, Payne Avenue.
Yeah, Payne Avenue. Then you got Warner Avenue.
Yeah. So all those places, right? Marshall area. Listen, I want all Liberians to just wait for next week Friday. The whole nation will turn upside down. Next week will be so special because, you know, the Supreme Court will be putting this turning thing to our heart. The way they will just, you know, they will give the ruling on it, it will be final. Then by next week, Friday, information reaching us. They have over 20 individuals. Few of them are out of the country, but most of them are in the country. They're going after the properties. The buildings I am seeing, some unfinished, some finished. Duaru, Glennie, and Jemama. I can tell you, it will shake the nation. No. And Duaru, like you said, I don't know about some Liberians out there, but the battle begins.
Senator.
Yes, sir. And we'll go to Glennie after you.
Yeah, I want people to understand this. To put this into context, for a typical Liberian back home, and since your mama knows this, those are all who build building from scratch. That took us years to build. We know how hard it is. A typical Liberian back home, if they're building a 3-bedroom house, on average, it will take them 5 to 10 years to build that house to completion. The reason why I'm pointing those numbers out is this. The difficulty associated with building a 3-bedroom house for a typical Liberian. And I want you to factor in your mind. Somebody comes in the span of a year. He or she can build a massive structure. You know how it is to build? You know how expensive it is to build? It's extremely expensive. And these massive structures are coming everywhere. Lord, let me tell you something. Nobody should pity anybody who's harming your children, your wives, your community. They are not your brothers. They are not your sisters. You got to stop this. Nobody who harms you is a relative of yours. You have to disconnect yourself from them. The reclamation of these properties is absolutely necessary for the country. If it is proven that Dwalu stole money from the government and Dwalu used that money to build a property, there is nothing wrong with the seizure of that property and reclaiming that property for the government. so we can put money in our schools, so we can birth a private sector. This is crucial. We need the money desperately. Don't feel sorry for anybody. I don't care how massive the property is. Reclaim it if they cannot substantiate those claims or the acquisition of that property. It belongs to the Republic. Stanton.
Thank you. Glennie, talk to us, Glennie. Let's start with the whole asset recovery thing. And again, as information come in, folks, if you are opportune to receive some of this information, please don't share anything from our chat room. I don't know how he's getting there, but I just deleted one of the pictures somebody saying in our chat room. But as information come in, by next week, Friday, Glennie, it will shake the nation. We are looking at properties that I think that one of these properties is worth over 1.5 million. A lot of stories. I don't want to say the amount of story building because then people will know. I cannot tell you the location, then they will know. But they are putting red flag. Red flag. You see Dwalu laughing. So talk to me, Glennie.
Working hour.
Oh, okay. Our greetings to her. Talk to me, Glennie. Well, I mean, what's up with this whole big thing, Glennie?
Well, I think it's true that you're saying. I think the news is slowly filtering around, so people are talking about it. By the time we get to Tuesday, it will be a widespread news, and people, I think, having Councillor Martin on here just alerted everybody that this is serious. This is something that the government wants to do, and they've started the process. And so more people will become involved. Let me say, I think, Liberian people, Stanton, we are a people who, we like first impression. Councillor Martin being on here, on this show that day, gave the Liberian people hope, first impression. There are a lot of people out there who may have been ignorant to the process or to what was going to happen. Now that they've seen him, they've heard him, they trust him, they're watching, people will volunteer information freely to that commission, even to you, to Spoon here. People will send information once that process kicks off. So I think it's a good thing for Liberia. I think this is also can be aligned in with punitive measures, people who acquire those properties so fast, some illegally. It will be a good thing for the investigation. So we're looking forward to it. It's nothing small. It's a big thing. It's going to be a big news, and pretty soon everybody will be talking about it. So we're looking forward to that. We wish the committee, the commission, all of the best in what they're doing, because their success means that this is a new day for Liberia, which is a good thing.
Yeah, brother Doe. You'll come in with your piece, like an intro statement of any kind.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. It's nice to be back on today. Hi to all our people. Says Glendy, my own auntie, the mama, Santo just left, and to you, Eduardo. It's always nice to be here in the interest of our country. I know we have other things down the road, but just to start up, good thing today we are discussing something related to corruption, when Liberia has just witnessed the biggest scheme of bribery from the highest level of our country, wherein corruption shown its ugly face in government again. We of recent listened to Representative Yeka Kolba of ashamed to bribe the national legislature in an attempt to, according to what he said, remove the speaker. I think it is unprecedented in our country's history, where the greatest level of abuse of power by which one branch of government, the executive, will assert its authority by inducing financial bribery into the national legislature. And what is so interesting is that episode happened just a few days after the President's Excellency, President Joseph Boakai, ordered the Ministry of State audited. A good thing. In no time, the same Ministry of State was dishing out $4,500 United States to national legislature members You can support whoever you support. It does not matter. What you should think about is on what planet is the executive from the Ministry of State giving members of the national legislature money? What part of the budget is that in? When has Liberia governance structure changed by which Ministry of State will be bribing lawmakers with hefty sum of money after they have received their salary? That's something we should look at. But on the asset recovery fund, finally, quickly, brother, thing I just came on. Like I've always said, all Liberians should welcome accountability. That is a good thing for our country. It should always be the good thing. But we should be concerned when we have a head of something coming on a national platform and giving out false information to the people by asserting that President we did not declare his asset. He knew that information is false. In addition to that, when we look on the team, you see people who have always bashed member of the WIA government as being corrupt, as being this. They've already prejudged. A lot of folks can be on Facebook. And so we'll be concerned.
Yes, sir.
While the end of the day is a good process.
Yes, Seji Mama, thank you so much, Asido. Since before I come to you to say your piece as well, I say it is great. We can make these claims, but there must be some substantiation. I don't know where the government got money from to be dishing out all over the place, but we can't just be making these claims without any kind of substantiation of any kind. Okay, if the government is dishing out money, let's see some evidence, and we are going to publish him here. I just want to make that notation. Seji Mama.
Yes, I'd like to just say that you know, we are not campaigning anymore, like we said. We came here to discuss the issues. And if we think that we can just come here and say just anything, just build lies, just put things together and just give it to the Liberian people, it will not work. It will not work. Because you know why? They have so much confidence in this government. And first of all, you didn't leave any money in the coffers. So where do we get the money from to dish it out to people here and there? No. We are not here for cheap games. We are not here for cheap talks. We are here to do the people's business. Serious business. And Liberians, at that point in time, at this stage, Liberians already know the path to success. They know that we only pass the path to success. So they will not sit there and listen to Asido just putting lies together and just saying, yeah, no, it's not going to work. We don't have money. And if you guys are going to leave the $83 million, we would have done something else. We would pay the people's salaries, you know, get electricity going, do other things. But you chose to take it, willingly take it. And so you cannot come and sit here and just say things. Please, let's discuss the issues that matters, that are going to be productive to the people of Liberia, and not to put lies together. The time is over. Please, thank you.
Where I'm going to meet this, Eduardo, but again, I'm going to stick with the asset recovery because I know Asset Do and the other people will flip this thing. This is big news for Liberia. I mean, we have never done this before. But let me go back. When we had, or how you call him, Councilor Seafors, when he talked about the grand total, those people have over millions of dollars. I think 80 million or 800 millions of dollars that they can recover for Liberians. That people that get money outside of the country, that stole the country money, they can bring it back.
Yes.
So Councilor Mountain is going to meet them. This guy is not playing. He's going to meet them in London, Tuadu. These people had agreed. You remember when Arthur Johnson and Serena Seaforth and all of them came, when Joey had lied to the Liberian people that you're going to do asset recovery, and he didn't. The people said, we will bring your money back. Just sign our contract and give us some percentage. You don't have to do anything. We will send investigators out there. They will recover from America, from Europe, from Africa. Councillor Clark, Edward Martin, going to meet those people. He's going to resign and say, this time, this government is serious. What the money you say you get for Liberia, you bring it back. This is not a joke, folks. They have people names. If we say people think it's a joke, they are shaking, they are trembling. I'm saying property. I think you just sent me one, Duadu. You sent me one. I don't know how you got it, but it's true. It will hit the nation. What Duadu sent me, if the people show this thing next week, it will hit the nation. And the person that owned that property, I am so surprised. I'm not going to do the work. No. I'm here just to tell the Liberian people the truth. The councillor and his team and Alex, what Alex's last name, Coffee and Martin Colley, and all of them, they will come up with the fundings. But this is a big deal. This is so big that Liberia is about to see something new. Duadu, I'm not asking you for more information, but what you are looking at, are you surprised that a minister that came from zero can build such a building? I don't know how you got it, but are you surprised looking at that building, Duadu?
Well, I'm not surprised. This was common practice throughout the country for decades. This is something we've always done. Look, the asset recovery process anywhere else in the globe, this is one thing I think I wrote on my Facebook page when the first time it was announced. Most of the international reclamation should be outsourced. I think it's the best thing to do because they already have the infrastructure to do that. We can pay them a reasonable percentage for recovery amount. So initially, Liberia is not paying anything up front. You don't have to pay anything. So if the settlement is 10%, 20%, let these guys spend the initial money. Go ahead and get this money. I think that's what the Nigerians did. That's what the Ghanaians are doing. The Sierra Leoneans have done that. So we have to do the.
That's a percentage, you're right. Yeah.
Exactly. The infrastructure, so the asset recovery process. So initially, we have to trace these assets. That's the first thing. Once they're traced, we have to freeze them. We freeze them before anybody even touch them. Once you freeze them, you identify these assets, you reclaim them after adjudication, you sell them off. Look, for government to work, there must be a healthy fear of the rule of law and the institutions that govern that society. In Liberia, it has become, well, it's always been quite the contrary. We do not respect the process because everybody knows. Like for instance, if I do something in Liberia, or they can't be the quote. In Liberian parlance, that means that's what government is. We can't continue on this route and expect the system to work. For me, what I'm seeing, Stanton, I am not surprised for these buildings, but I can tell you this. If Mr. Crow is very serious, and it seems to be serious in the asset recovery, and I pray Honorable Boakai does not waver under any circumstance. He should stand his ground. I was reading a letter, it's actually on Front Page Africa, from the U.S. ambassador, well, her representative to Liberia. She was in the country. They support this 100%. In fact, they are willing to back Liberia along the way, the Europeans, even the Australians. So more people are coming on board, and I'm excited about this. I'm excited.
Thank you, Glennie. Before we go to our brother who just put himself in darkness, let me say this, folks. Asido intentionally putting himself in darkness to speak to the LDC issue, okay? So we just managed to Asido like that, just to cut it short. And he will have his time to talk, I know he'll say. But whenever we come on the show, Asido in live, that's his form of protest. Then he can intentionally, you saw he had one like this. He told his nephew or whosoever living with him, turn the light off, and they turned it off. Okay, so Glennie, let's hear from you. This thing is crazy, Glennie. It is. You see, he put flashlight on. That's his business. That is form of protest, Glennie. And for Lebron, you know, this. Asido intentionally turned his power off to show that this is not right. This is not a joke. Glennie, we are not joking yet. Whenever we come on the show, he telling people say 5 minutes in the show, turn the power off. Come on, Glennie, talk to me, man.
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, I spoke earlier, and I said this is serious. It's a serious thing that's occurring. The news will start unfolding. People will start getting to know. I think it's late. I think the news probably caught some of those people who have acquired so much. I think this news has caught them unaware. So it's pretty late now to change property into other people's names because there will be a trace. So we'll watch the process. We're looking forward to it succeeding because it's gonna mean a new day for Liberia. So there should not be a single Liberian that should be against this process, because this is where the war and economic crimes code will start from. This starts the process. So hold people accountable and hold them responsible, because what this will also do, Stanton, it will become a deterrent for people that are in government now not to continue on this trend. So we're hoping that these things will fall in line, and the more we hear about it, the more we'll talk and support this. They like the current Nakama.
Man, early Acedo, man. And that thing you be doing that protest. We hear from Acedo, and I also want to say something is alarming. I want us to go towards this war and economic crime code. Are we there yet? Hearing what people are saying, are we there yet? All right, so let's talk about it. I want to bring on Paul Kennedy if he's available. He can come and chime into this conversation. But Acedo, let's hear you. Let's hear you, my brother.
Again, politics time finish, campaign time finish, LEC going, coming. So I live around the GSA area. I'm not far from President Barker's place. Please call the president and ask him if LEC did not just go. Thank you very much. So let's continue. You know, you are talking about people seizing people, horses, and property here and there. Few months ago, Jefferson Koji unquote stole money and bought a house around 19th Street. Few months later, the people who get their house were put in Jefferson Koji Osa. So the people understand the propaganda that happens, and that is not going to suffice anymore. And I will always say it again: every Liberian should embrace accountability. Every Liberian should embrace accountability. It is one way through which our country can be built. But that should be on a fair path, void of propaganda. Not the accountability that said Jefferson Koji unquote stole money and bought property, but the same property he bought, few months later, he there again. Not that accountability we're talking about. So, in as much as you gave the people all of the hope during the campaign by telling them you will make Liberia a safer country, when you knew you had no idea to lead, you are today telling them again that you will go take people property all around here. I wish you would tell them that before you even get one property, you don't even know how many years it would take to get one property. Liberia is a country of law. It's not a country where come to my house tomorrow and take a picture and send it and say, oh, come on, I said the whole and take it. That's not the way that they take property. No, that's not the way. Don't stop giving the
But that's not your house. Where you live, that's not your house.
Well, you can take pictures.
That's not your house. How can I come and take pictures of something if you rent it? You rent it to people, and now you want to say false to it and say my house.
This is
true. That's not your house.
I and my children were talking. All of them were talking, I shut up. This is my turn, my little 2 minutes. Let me have it. Again, I'm saying it was not Jefferson Koji house until it was his house. This is the propaganda that we rescue. It was Jefferson Koji house that he stole money, unquote, and bought until it was not his house again. So who knows? Maybe I may get on Keke tomorrow. They will come for you and say that I say Keke until the next day will not be for I say Keke. But listen, you can keep giving the people imaginary hope, a dreamland hope of things that you know will not come to pass. Who told you? Because you see one man being 2 billion hustle, you just go and take it. Who does that way it work? There's a country of law. You have to prove beyond all reasonable doubt that you are fair. And like I said again, listen, take politics off. Defend what you believe in. That's okay. I defend what I believe in. Take a look at the on the asset recovery. Those are people, you will agree with me, have some level of vengeance they want to assert. Councillor Martin was here and said he did not leave or LACC willingly.
Well, let me start your 2 minutes now. I think you have up your 2 minutes though.
You see there, I started talking 39. I look at my time, it's just 41 minutes.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, take it. That's the thing. And let's be fair, he came on here and said he did not leave LACC. Good. My brother Martin, a brother, has been on Facebook day and night. Every day, people steal money. That means he has already prejudged. And these are the people that are going to do asset recovery. I can only show you we need to get serious because we are not serious. I can assure you. I said this again. And people were all here who didn't know what is going on. there will be a lot of resistance. Not
Thank you,
resistance
Isaac.
people will not submit, but there will be a
Thank you,
lot of
Isaac.
and you don't want to do all of those.
I'm grateful that you said Liberia is a country of law. The law would be the law. We would not escape the legal constitutional right of our people, and we will not do that which is wrong. But Liberians, like Duadu said, deserve nothing but the best. Okay? If you were to make $3,000 every month, all right? I say, let's be serious. God bless you. You've been in this country. You can come in whenever you want to. You have your family here. How can a $3,000 a month build over $2 million mansion?
Well, thank you for asking. It's a good question. Yeah.
I
Thank
will
you for
pause.
asking.
Within my time, I will pause. I want you to answer just 30 seconds, please.
Okay. Thank you for asking me. In as much as some of us take our $3,000 and eat everything, other people take their $3,000 and invest $2,000 in it, and it brings more. So the assumption that only because you're making $3,000 so you can pay $4,000 is just absurd. Not because some of us take $3,000 and we keep nothing or invest anything, it means everybody else don't invest. No. I am not saying people should take $3,000 and pay $1 billion. I'm not saying it. But the only thing is that
so thank you very much, Isaac. You're not going to eat my time. We'll be very engaging. Let have a good dining room conversation, Isaac. And I will go to Mr. Duadu. Mr. Duadu, my question to you: is it bad for the president to say we'll put together a team to bring back stolen property? Is it a bad thing? Can you help Liberia understand the importance of this, since Charlie Kintown, first in the history of Liberia, that this will go through, Mr. Duanu?
Look, let me say something to you. And Stanton, we have to be very keen on there. And I'm so glad Councilor Martin and his team, they're brilliant people. People like my brother Sam Jackson and my brother Ase Dodo will try to muddy the water and say, listen, you think this small property that's not small here, you think Liberia is a country of law and this thing will happen. Let me tell you something. It is very easy to determine a person's value, the worth, lifestyle audit. It's an easy process. Anybody, I say it's a financial person, it's an accountant, you understand how it works. If you make, let's take Finabono, for example. Let's take Finabono. Before she become protocol of the president, she was selling Kobo in Rowa G County. A typical Kobo seller does not make more than $100 per day. In a span of 6 years, this girl was able to buy more than 30 vehicles in Liberia, build more than 7 massive property across the country, while her entire salary around $3,000. Even if you invested the money, 100% of what you earn, you still cannot complete one of those properties. Tension, let me tell you, do you know how difficult it is to build in Liberia? It's extremely expensive. It's taking me, the reason why I've said it, because I know this person, it's taking me almost 9 years to complete my property. This month before, 9 years. That's how much it's so expensive. So for somebody to even build some of the structures on Rawati Highway or in Marshall, you can become a senator of the republic. I mean, you eat none of your money at all. You eat nothing. 100% of your money you take and put inside, you get complete one of the property then. It is simple. They're not going to accuse you and just take your property. They will say, Sis Mama, thank you very much. We just call you here to ask you some questions. We did everything, all the money where you earn over the period, that 100,000. We took out the tax, only 70,000 remaining. Your car payment, your horse rent, everything, your bottom money, that 30,000. The horse value we calculated that $1 million. We not say you stole the money. Please substantiate. It's a simple process. Then you will tell her now how you got a $1 million. If you got a loan, look, we got a lot of banks in Liberia, and I know Councilor Mountain is aware of this. Most of these banks that were lying, like for instance, McGill said he went into $250,000 from the bank and he took a loan. The banks will all coil away from it because they know now they will look at the documents. Most banks in Liberia, they are linked to international bank. So they will go look at the document. How did you get the $250,000? What's the repayment plan for $250,000, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it's not taking anybody's property. There's a process. And the process will be transparent and published because we don't want people saying, oh, and they're witch hunt. Hunt the witches. That Liberia be saved.
Andrew Mama, can you add to this? We got to move on because we're about to show some of the properties that we had in the past. This is not a new one. We had a whole video of some of the mansions during the election that we're showing. These are red flag. People need to go and answer. If that's your property, answer. If it's not your property, let Liberians know where those properties are. People are sending us information about storage building. Huge. Liberians are washing 52 brand new vehicles. December was sent out of the country and they got stopped at the border, Douala. Who sent them? The allegation that Finabono sent those vehicles. They are now packed. They are now packed. They know the location where they are packed at. People that send cars to Ivory Coast, thank God the Ivorian government intercepted. Most of those vehicles were retrieved and they will be back to Liberia through the Ivorian government. Things are happening. You don't want to tell me we are not in election year. This is an ongoing operation. The Liberian people got to bring back that thing. They got to come back. For a minister to say I make $127,000 the whole year, and your paycheck is only $3,000. We're not taking taxes. 3 times 12, that's $36,000. $36,000. Can somebody do the math? The man will not eat. He will not buy gas. He will not do nothing, Douala. Just getting the whole $36,000. Can he build the building I'm looking at? Almost worth $2 million. So times the $36,000 by 6 years. That gave him everything. What kind of business he got involved with? So we'll trust the people. You say you are in business, right? We'll check your business record.
And your tax payment, yes, they will check.
We'll check your tax payment. We'll check your LRA history. So tell us now, this is simple. But Auntie Mama, by Friday next week, the country will shake. Because a new day, and I think they will declare a holiday. When they put up over 20 names, I'm sorry, I'm too tempted to call some names, but I will not do it. It's not my place. Lawmakers' names on the book. I'm talking about current lawmakers. But talk to us, man, before I not put something outside. Talk to us, Andrew Mama.
Well, I'd like to say, Stanton, I just want to advise my brother Asito. There is no need for you to threaten us. Relax. LACC is doing a job. They are not witch hunting, you and I, or anybody. If you know you people have justification or you people have had a means to build houses or to accumulate such property that you got, no need to threaten anybody because you made a threatening statement. You said your thing will just take our property like that. We're going to resist. You're going to resist in which way? You threaten the country every day. We want peace in the country and we don't need all the threatening statement. Okay? Let's abide by the law. They are doing the job. They will come up with the result. Whatever it is, we'll see a lot of people will judge. But you cannot be making threatening statements. How are you going to resist? So you're trying to tell us that you got guns or you got men training that you will resist? What is it? Be calm. Just be cool. Because the truth will come out. There is nothing we can do about it, honestly. So I just wanted to give you that small advice. Please, relax.
Well, Isaac, we got to move on, but we'll give you the chance to speak. Then we'll move to the next conversation, Isaac.
Yeah, and Mama, I usually don't let respond to people, but I can see the love in your eyes for trying to defend. I can see the love in your eyes, but I'm thinking that President Bakai may have been a little skeptical because right on the show you said you failed when you were at Ministry of Commerce. So I'm sure.
I did not say. I never said it. I said.
Let me read
good proposals. I made good proposals, and my boss refused to allow me to work. He undermined all my work. That's what I said. I didn't say I failed.
Okay. So, Anthony Mama, you are on record. We have the tape again. Like I said, I can see the love in your eyes. The love in your eyes for actually defending. But listen, I'm sure the president is having some skepticism because you said on this platform that you failed simply because the people did not implement your suggestion. But you are not going to implement your suggestion. As a deputy minister, you are going to implement the president's agenda. But probably it was the other way. So probably that's why the president said, you know what? and then your mama come and be board member on the plane. On the plane they come and going, you board member on it. Well, let's come to what is the
hello.
And
I don't have to be a board member. I can live with all that.
Auntie Mama, can he finish?
I
Can
didn't
he
ask
finish?
for board membership. So don't even try. We're talking about asset recovery. All the money people have stolen, you people have bought properties that got you generate and that got you so confused. I'm not. So stick to the subject.
Right.
I'm not looking for a job.
So
I didn't ask for any job. If the president appointed me, I appreciate that. But don't take it and mix it over something else. I can do it all. I can live with all it. You people have stolen the money over the years. You have stolen money all the years, and now you're threatening the whole country. You are so nervous. I can see you. You're very nervous. You're very jittery. I'm not. I'm relaxed. So please, stick on the issue.
Sure. So let me continue. Thank you for the time. So again, like I said, Liberia is witnessing bribery at the highest level. When Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs is issuing out $4,500 in credit the amount as shown to all of us on live feed by Representative Yeke Koliba. Nobody seems to care. And somebody saying we never have money. Where we taking that money from? Very good. Very good. And that's real. And now I want to ask. We were here with President Buhari. I said he was living alone. When he was president-elect, President Buhari, who was living on loan in a few months, was able to give out 10 million Liberian dollars with 250 bags of rice, worth total of 55,000 US dollars. Nobody cares on where the money came from. I know you don't have money, but your party dished out 365,000 US dollars to have party around. Nobody seemed to care. You were all here doing a campaign and said Johnson Koji bought house. Like I said, the house is not his house. We should be asking exactly where the money is coming from.
Mama, let me finish. I beg you, Mama, let me finish. Let me finish. This is getting interesting now because I beg you, Mama.
Bribery. When the executive is attempting to bribe the national legislature to go in their own function and remove a speaker, it should concern everybody. It does not concern anybody, I know. But they go, American who was arrested, got a 7 million farm. Nobody cares about that. I'm sure American got a 7 million from somewhere. And plenty of other things. Again, Mama, I am not saying don't go for people TV and their houses and their everything. And then Mama will do all that thing. I said, do into that whole thing in there. Pull the ball and ear, they got here, he said it with it. So I got time for it. I'm only saying let's do the right thing. If doing the right thing is well, I'm sorry. And then Mama, nobody's come to take anybody's house just like that. There will be all reasonable reason for which you will. And to think that they will just call people say, come explain. No, you must have a probable cause for calling a private citizen.
So, thank you, Asido. You said a lot. I beg you. Let's take it small. We'll be bringing Paul Kennedy from Papua County. He ran against Americone. He's coming. He will be part of this conversation, not as a guest, but someone will be part of the conversation. Mr. Dualu, I'm surprised at Asido. You going after Americone farm because we are saying that we're talking about asset recovery now. Is that the game plan of CDC to throw everything like all over the kitchen sink, everything like they say? Yeah, you going after Americone farm? Americone farm have to do with asset recovery? Can you? I mean, this is. Come help me out, man, Mr. Dualu, before I bring in Paul Kennedy. Is CDC serious?
Stanton, I told you this from the beginning. My brother Asa will try to muddy the water. You just want to check out everything. You just check out it so it again makes sense. Don't listen to him. He will repeat this. Asa has his recitation that he does, right? If you notice, he's spoken 3 times. He's mentioned the issue of Jefferson Koji 3 times. And nobody here is doing the issue. Look, if Amara Collins' farm is proving that it was stolen money from government, it should be seized and auctioned off by the Republic of Liberia. I have no qualms about it. Look, we can't cherry pick on this issue. But I said, though, when you say nobody's going to ask somebody to come and explain that it's not true. The government doesn't have to prove anything to you. The government just have to prove that what you have does not account for what you have earned. And they can take it to court. If you cannot substantiate those claims, they will seize the property and auction them off. I just hope they stop at nothing. Look, Stanton, Liberian people, let me tell you something. This asset recovery process, every single one of us have to get involved. We have to get involved to make sure this works, because if it doesn't work, we fail as a society. This is not going after anybody. It's not going after anybody, because whenever you see running water is not in Bapolu or Kimau, there is a direct reason why running water not in Kimau, because the running water money, somebody took it and they send their children to great schools and great universities, and they live a fabulous lifestyle. So that means the kids in Bapolu County die before. Look, for every 1,000 children that are born in Liberia, 200 of them will die before the age of 5 years old. We are the least in everything, because people are taking resources from the country and they're using it on themselves. And they say, oh, at least the men spend a year. At least that word, you should hit that word, because it's killing us. It's killing us. And I don't want us to be cavalier about what is happening here, my brother Doe. This is a serious matter. It's not about Koji. It's about the entirety of our republic. We have failed. We have to start from somewhere. And no, we're not going to go by the JJ route. We will start from where the law allows because of statute of limitation. But we got to start from somewhere, my brother.
And let me say this, folks. If you watch it, you can help Councilor Mountain and the asset recovery team. You know those ministers in your neighborhood. You know those directors in your neighborhood. You know the people that stole the government money and built those big mansions. I'm going to show you some of this picture. During the time, look at these things. I'm not calling names. And the reason why I'm showing this, because we ran with this compound. You see this compound? Huge. 4 building. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One at 5-story, another at 7-story. This building. This is not a joke. I want everybody to see it. The location of this building. Who owned this building? During the election time, we ran with it and people said I would lie. We're going to bring back every document Spoon have on call. We will bring it up. Because we said it during the election time. We show you these compounds. Who owned them? How can a deputy finance minister paycheck, Duadu? How can a deputy finance minister, even if you borrow money from the bank, how you pay that money back?
Making less than $6,000.
So that I like what Angie Mama say. I say it's in trouble. I say scared. It's like he is scared because they went to I say renting the people's house. So he care about that one. That my brother and friend. I just said the $700 people collected for him. I'm not disgracing him. I was saying to him. Nobody after I said do again a consultancy for the government, and in no time he will be quiet. But I'm saying to you, my fellow Liberian, how can a deputy finance minister, not under this company, we got video to some of his building, and you don't question. You haven't seen nothing yet. It's easy. Glenny, somebody that live in this place, look at the rotting houses people living, not around this building, Duadu. Look at the common Liberian and the deputy minister compound.
Very cool.
Listen. You know how many pool in this compound? And when you talk about asset recovery, people get very with you. Asset door shaking. Liberians need to hear this. Look at the Zin houses around this compound. People living in poverty. Look across the street on your right-hand side. But look at one man, because he served almost 3 years. He couldn't even complete the full 6 years. In 2 years' time, he built this massive compound. We shouldn't ask questions, my fellow Liberian. Let me get back to you. We shouldn't ask questions, our fellow Liberian. Why you take a look, we'll show you the rest of them. So it's bad to ask questions. Oh, welcome to the show, Paul. Thank you for joining us. It's good to have you.
And still, you know how much to build one of those things?
But you can tell us.
One of those?
Because you're not in government, you build one. Yeah. You tell us.
Just to build one of those things will cost you north of at least $1.5 million. The total completion. It is not cheap. It is not cheap. One blade right now, they're selling one blade across route for $80. Just one blade. You need thousands of blades.
But it's a bad thing to talk about asset recovery. Dwadu, you build that thing, you say stand on, let my family building up before somebody say Dwadu see government money. You just stand on, let me see the video. You send it, we show it. But look at the person that came in government. He never owned any other building. The deputy finance minister, they got so many deputies, I'm not calling the person name. No, but we call it name. We call it name before, so it's not a bad thing. The allegation that it is owned by Samara Wodokoli. And they want me to use allegation, I mean your allegation. You know, I know what they call the name because Andrew Mama, but I have to.
But since all this there though,
yes,
Samara Wodokoli admitted on the Spoon Network.
Yes, he did.
While serving as Deputy Finance Minister of the Republic of Liberia, he was giving contracts to himself, paying himself. Can you imagine that? A massive look. The issue about Liberia, yeah, my prayer to God every single day, let God give me money. I'll run for presidency of that country and fix that country. I'm joking here. I will be ruthlessly constitutionally. This country has to get fixed. Senator, you muted.
Thank you. The reason why we're talking about asset recovery is good to have you, Paul Kennedy, as always. We gotta educate our fellow Liberians. I got video. When this brother Samara had a big program at his house, I got videos. When former commerce minister, what's her name? What's her name? Mawani Diggs at the airport. Big compound, 4 buildings in that compound. They were more, she owned nothing. When she was working here as a superintendent or principal for one kind of small school. We're not hearing Mr. Dwadu. And at the end of the day, we just want to remind you, we run with this thing. Is it bad that Joseph Boakai come and say, you'll go after them? Maybe you'll be free asset though. Maybe somebody lie on you. Maybe you got the money legitimately. Maybe that you're building. But still,
I beg you.
Oh, we make it plan now? We make it plan now.
But Energy Mama, I cannot take 1 second and ask you something, please, though. Stanton just said Samuel Wolokori, who you know, I think should be your stepson. According to him, he's insinuating he stole property to build my mansion. Are you aware of that? Is that true?
No, I'm saying the allegation, though. Don't let it get me. Don't let it get me. I say the allegation.
Thank you. Allow me to ask my right on the show. Energy Mama, he is your stepson. You know him. Yeah.
Why will you even ask me such question?
He is your stepson. Like my children to the house.
You expect me to sit here? Wait. You expect me to sit here and talk about my son?
Well,
will you do that? Will you do that?
In your face.
Will you do that? No matter how bad your child is, will you sit in the public and ridicule that child? That's the question.
Duadu just said this wants to get wait. No matter what.
First of all, hold it. First of all, Samora is an educated man. Samora is a grown man. Right. Yes, I am his stepmother.
Right.
Which I don't like to say stepmother, but since you mentioned that, and it's known now.
All of your children.
Nobody knew that. But what I'm saying is that the man can talk for himself.
I agree.
I've always said on the show that my son's property or his wealth or whatever he has, do not align it with me.
Oh, yeah, we know.
I am not benefiting from it if he's the one that owns that. So the question goes directly to my son. I'm sure he's capable of giving you the right answer, and that's your friend from CDC. So why will you come and ask me? You see that some of the deceptiveness you guys can do that I don't like.
So, Energy Mama, you cannot even tell
ask me Samora is still alive. Ask Samora. Ask him.
Energy Mama, you remember the apartment
you got his number. You have his number. Going.
Energy Mama, You remember the apartment you
One at a time. Let enter your mama finish talking, then you can come in, please. Mama, you gotta start laughing with this thing.
No, I'm always laughing.
Do not behave like you're clean giant. I hear you accusing Joseph Baga. Wait. I'm ready to answer you. Joseph Baga government of money between this. First of all, you took all the money. We don't have money. Secondly, the bridge and waterway money, $3 million. You and Soka wasting that money. You ate that money clear, and I know why every one of you put building your houses. I will go and take the picture. You don't push me. Don't push me to the wall. You come and sit there. You got the nerve to sit there on top of my son. Oh, Samora. Are you a clean man? Take the stone and be the first to take the stone and chunk it. Be the first. You're not clean. So don't sit there on top of Samora. No, don't do that. And the man is your friend. I see you so generous. I know all of you. I know about you. I don't want to say it because you know what? I know you. So stop that. Do not try to ridicule my son in the public. Whatever he has done or whatever he's doing or whatever you say he has done, whatever it is, he's capable of answering the questions. Okay? So don't ask me that question again. Thank you.
Well, thank you. And I'm thinking your anger is out of So, Mama, Stanton Water is the one accusing you.
No, but you
image of your son against Stanton.
Stanton is the moderator. If someone brings something on for everyone else to discuss, when he asks me, I will answer because he's the moderator. Now you are not the moderator. Hold on. You are the panelist, and I am a panelist, and that's my son. Now you will not sit here and try to ridicule and ask me a question.
No,
Let me ask your question. Can we ask you a question? Mama, thank you. Paul, 1 minute, Paul. Ask do you own any property on Marshall Road?
Yes, I know of it.
So why shouldn't I own property in Liberia? I own properties in Liberia. Very plenty.
No. I just asked you. Because you want to.
Yes, I own properties in Liberia.
Okay. Any man want to attack you, wait. Let me set it up. Wait. The man want to attack you. Let me set this thing up.
Okay.
Include the say top bring top. I mean, I know how to say correctly. Include yeah, but they can say something like include something like that. They say top bring top. And you see I say Barry here, he deemed it like because he know
actually 200
but
questions.
Wait, how can you tell brother to wait? I beg you to Alu. What best question here for? You getting confused there? That's question. I mean, you my brother, you work for it. It won't be by asking you a question. A massive building in Morningtown. A massive building in Morning. Plenty. MOLLE Morningtown on Marshall Highway. Marshall Road.
I know about
massive building.
Yes.
Listen, guys, it's not bad asking question. We can ask question. They asked him on the hospital becoming deputy minister no, he didn't.
No. Now the preacher
Mama, don't use smoke water. So the people cannot
pay money. Now you have
now, please.
Hold on.
Let me have 1 minute. Wait more. So the propaganda part finished.
Time to build a house.
As it goes, not 1 minute.
The poor people in Nukutan, toiling on the beaches, they don't have even blankets to cover themselves. They don't have food. You and Soka Weston took that money and you're divided and you're paying your houses. I know about it. You know I know now. You're my nephew. Then you got the nerve to come talk and bring talk. Leave my son here alone.
Okay, so Elijah, you feeling now? Give me 1 minute now, uninterrupted, please. Thank you very much.
But if you go somewhere wrong, I will interrupt
So again, and then give me 1 minute. Thank you. And then mama, in youth exposed budget, there has never been any project that had 3 million since I've been youth exposed. Maybe in rescue budget, I don't know about it. So that one, okay, you can talk that one. So let's come again. Propaganda finish.
They
come
gave you the money. Why are they with the money?
Hey, Lord Jesus.
You receive the
Mama,
money.
I don't have 1 minute to say something. I don't
Say you receive 1 million and the other 2 million. I don't know what I ever came, but I know you got it. Don't lie. I know about it.
We give it to rescue. We talk about the rescue.
People. And that money belongs to the two people in Nukuta. They will come for that house. They will come for your house.
Okay, so we can't cross this other conversation. Paul, welcome. I don't know where Stanton is. Welcome, Paul. Let's continue.
No, I need to have my 1 minute, though. I need to have my 1 minute.
I was saying
ever since.
Give me 1 minute now.
You got too much time on the show.
Give me 1 minute now. You can give me 1 minute.
Auntie Mama, let you thought that we got bringing Paul Kennedy. Auntie Mama, let me say something real quick. All right, folks, this is not witch hunt. This is true. You can find us yelling and crying here and there. You in Liberia, outside of Liberia, if you know any of those past minister, current minister that own property, you want the asset recovery team to investigate. We tell you right now, reach out to Spoon, reach out to them. They will have a number that you can call that they will protect you. They will not disclose your name. Some may be true, Dwalu, some may be false. But it's not bad to investigate. We will separate the orange from the apple. So that's all we're here to tell you. When you see something, say something. They are living in your neighborhood. Nobody knew. I'm not picking on Acid Door. Acid Door get a big building on Marshall Highway in Molly, M-O-L-L-E-Y, Molly Town. A giant size building.
Wow.
When we investigated, when the Spoon group, I will send a guy there tomorrow. Sunday, I will send a guy in there. And my own friend, I said, let me start with him. Because when I call Samara Wolokoli, he attacking Angie Mama. Let's talk about Samara Wolokoli. The woman shouldn't talk about her son. But we can talk and say, Samara owned this place. Samara will defend himself. If Angie Mama want to talk about it, the last time she said, you know what? Let the government do what the government want to do. He's my son. That's fair. But how dare you ask it though? Prior to you getting into government, you never owned that property. The people crying for the waterway money. They're crying for the beach and waterway money. They're crying that the county need money. Nobody know where is it. Don't ask a question. You say, oh, the people can do this. They can pay coaches here.
And the stadium money, why would you say you build one stadium every country? You know?
So, hey, I mean,
Stanton,
yeah.
Sorry. That bidding, I didn't know I said own that bidding. So beginning of people in that bidding, I saw it last
If you're feeling with the propaganda, please give me 1 minute to talk.
No, it's not propaganda, it's true.
I said, how can you call it propaganda?
It is true.
Stanton attacked your son, and I decided to just ask you, and you just so angry because of that, and you can't give me 1 minute. You don't around the place all day. And then the mama,
I'm not angry.
Please give me 1 minute.
But talk about yourself first. Take the call in your mouth.
Give me 1 minute now. Okay, give me 1 minute. So, and then the mama, the massive belly I get on Marshall, I give it to you to net free of charge. Go and live there tomorrow. So I finish with it.
Yes,
I give it to you on the public space. Let me read that. Call me from there and tell me. I said,
I'll get your time with. I said, wait, I'll give you time. Let me beg Auntie Mama something. Auntie Mama, please do not interrupt Asido. Let him finish. Let him finish. Then we'll bring you back in because we gotta go to Paul Kennedy. I beg you, Auntie Mama.
Okay.
Finish your Asido. Your 2 minutes start now, please.
So again, I'm coming to discuss what is important to Liberia, not propaganda. You can talk propaganda for another judgment day on your own. And then, Mama, when they had a massive baby, call me. I will tell the person y'all get to her free or live there. And I was talking about it again. Let's go to the next one. The next one is that I'm shocked how you are so angry. You call small boy Johnson.
I'm not angry.
You call him a criminal. Oh, I will never attack Samuel Golokoli. He's a brother. He's a friend. The only person that attacked me is Stone Waterspoon. I only ask you to confirm what Stone Waterspoon saying because you write on the show and you just get angry. You talking about 3 million. The 3 million that you talking about is in rescue budget, not in mine. I don't know about it. So the 2 million went in the sea. Please go for in the sea and bring it. So you can share it. But Energy Mama, what is important in this country is the fact that people came with a mindset of change. And you know what we are experiencing? 4,500 given to each lawmaker over their salary. Experiencing. That is what should concern you. If that does not concern you, I don't know what concerns you. What concerns you is as a massive property on marshal that he gave it to you free, you will keep talking about it. And you've been told, Energy Mama, I think you should take a little chill pill at a time and see how you come down and talk the issue. But we always talk Liberia, no matter what anybody says, because we know what we can say. I will repeat 100 times because I'm my own man, not your man. You can tell me one time living. I will always repeat the issue of bribery from Ministry of State for 4,500 each lawmaker. I will repeat it 5 billion times, my brother. So thank you. No, don't ask anything. Please, I always say what I say. I go to hospital with Mama, Energy Mama. Don't ask me. If don't ask me nothing.
Thank you for admitting that you own that giant, massive property on the highway as you do. The property worth almost $1 million. I don't know how can a deputy minister that was making less than $3,000 as a take-home pay. Paul Kennedy, this is concerning. Hey, my brother Paul went off. Paul, this is concerning. If you can hear me, we want to bring you in. Thank you for joining Spoon. Let's just get away from the noise. The asset recovery got a lot to do. Not because Asset is my brother and friend on the show. We know them. We know ministers, right? We showed the pictures before. These guys, they have party. They celebrated. You came into government with all the massive property in less than 5 years. How can your salary bring about those buildings? Paul, you in Liberia, you know the terrain, you know what's up, man. I know you supported Joe, we are though, but be fair with Liberian today. What's going on here? Let's start you with asset recovery, my brother.
Thank you very much, CEO Stanton, and hello to Aunt Mama, the good gentleman, Isaac Doe, and Valu. It's nice meeting you. We got talks to talk later on after this show. But I'm honored always to come on this show because it's fascinating, and this is where we discuss issues concerning the well-being of our people. The topic in question of the asset recovery is quite necessary. I think it's even long overdue. For some reason, I think it's only coming in now, and the President Boakai, congratulations to him. And he has some principles to want to dive into this to see it. He has appointed, the president of Liberia has appointed a commission or committee to, recover assets from corrupt officials. This is welcoming news. Corruption hinders a lot of the performances of all of the sectors in the country. And corruption has a back kick of, mostly benefiting the people who are involved into the practice of it. So I'm hoping that the team that has been appointed by the president will first of all come out with a parameter describing the range of the recovery of the assets. I think last time I was listening to the news, and someone was suggesting that it come back as far as 2005, but then for some reason I'm told that the statutes of limitation on our laws will not permit them to go that far. So I think starting from where we are is a good point because we always have a beginning point, and the fact that we are starting, only gives the Liberians the hope. I don't think assets recovery is a bad thing. Anything done in government to recover assets from and ill-gotten wealth from people who practice corruption to get them is welcoming to government. I think is the way that the committee will proportion themselves to do it, that will tell us whether it's good or it's bad. I don't want the committee to do what my brother Adado is doing here on the air right now, accusing and suggesting and doing things. I think the committee should come up with a parameter to say, listen, we are going to recover assets from all of the people who serve in government from this year forward to this time. And these are the assets we are looking for because, of course, if I work in government and I went and built and bought a wheelbarrow and three shovels, that's the kind of asset we are trying to recover because it's within my purview for pay salaries. But building a $40 million property, building a money that my 6 year combined salary could not be able to get me is the kind of parameters I'm hoping and looking forward to seeing that the asset recovery team will set up to avoid noise and confusion in our country. My suggestion to them would be to live to the the commitment. Right now, nobody can say it's witch hunt because they have not even started doing their work yet. Now, to be witch hunt or not, they need to define the range of what they are looking for. Nobody can accuse anybody of witch hunting if they are, you know, indiscriminatively looking for everyone who fit within a particular category, whether you serve in this government or not. They should also be looking in the private sector. There are people who are taking money in private sector organizations from government. We should be looking into those areas. But I think a good starting point is with the government officials, present and past government officials. And they should also ensure that before you come to get assets declared or assets taken, those people who are taking seat now, we should also make sure that as government officials, they should also declare their assets because that way we'll get to understand when they leave government whether we're able to follow them to see during their tenure in government they were able to take anything. So thank you for the show, and I think there are a lot going forward.
Thank you very much. I want to bring in Eduardo. Eduardo, you and Paul Kennedy have something in common. I know that's the reason why you say you need to talk in the back. I'm going to share the document that Paul sent. Then when you guys discuss, we can bring back Paul and we can discuss on a very comprehensive program that you always talk about. So I want you guys to, connect, discuss it, and we'll have a special show as to how we can sell Liberia to bring in the best. And that's one of the reasons why he's here. But we do not have enough time, and I don't want to say this without sharing the. Am I allowed to share with our team in the chat room, Paul?
Well, you can share with the team. You can share with the
Okay.
team public for now until we know how far.
Sure, fine. Because when you come, I want us to have some reason to ask you questions. So I just don't want to be the one having it. Thank you very much. But let's welcome our sister Jackie. Dwalu, you heard what Paul said. The issue about the manner in which we have Councillor Mounty on the show. And he make himself available to everyone. We can laugh, we can joke, we can fight. But this is huge. People are now telling me the announcement I just put up, Dwalu. If you see something, say something. Liberians sending us text right now, lady. They are saying that, oh, I know who owns this property by my house. Oh, I know what the other property is. People themselves talking to us.
Look, it's just a matter of time before the floodgates are open. Liberians will talk. Because despite what people say, a lot of Liberians are hurt knowing that you had a guy yesterday, Mr. John Brown, and then I have a part to piss in. He comes to government in a span of 3 years. He acquired so much wealth, it's mind-boggling. But first and foremost, I want to say hi to my brother Joseph Waters out of San Luis County. Would love to see you guys on the show from faraway places. But I want to say this. Look, Stanton, let me say this. The issue of asset recovery it's a proper governance process that must be administered from time to time. There's nothing wrong with this. My brother Kennedy said this. Look, yesterday I said, Honorable Baka should declare his asset and make it public. He's declared already. We want to see the published asset. The reason why I say that is not a job at the president. It's to set the standard benchmark so we can measure Paul Kennedy from his entry to his essay, and that way there is absolutely no noise around Mr. Kennedy once he leaves government. These are easier to track. The system has to start from somewhere. I understand people will say, oh, in 1967, the Congo people went and stole. You're going far back to the Congo people. My brother Sam Jackson loved to say that stuff. Oh, I get it. I understand it. There are certain crimes that are not going to be perfect. But here's the problem. If we do not start now, 10 years from now, it will be the same thing. We have to start somewhere. Some people will get away with certain crimes. In America, there's a saying here. I'd rather let a lot of criminals go than just put one innocent man in jail just to prove a point. So some people will go. But my problem here, if we build the systems, if we allow the governmental system to be guided by institutions, we can build a more viable system for our people. And this is a red approach for me, Stanton.
Thank you. Let me bring in Glennie. My sister Glennie, haven't heard everything. It's open. It looked like if this thing is back to 2017, 2018, that's when George Weah actually put his hand up. So 2018 to now, we are talking about the past government. But what we asked to do, what was sedition poke into Amara Conan? Why are they poking and say, but look at Amara Conan found $7 million. Oh, but look at Burma Kamara. Oh, but look at this person. Is that the only defense McKinney's in? Glendy? Can they just come on and say yes? Like Asido said, I own a property on Marshall Highway. Go and check it out. Can they avail themselves for investigation, or will this thing survive? Glendy?
Hello, Paul. It's good to see you. But the thing about it is, Santa is good. That tip for tap. Let them point out the other people. It's good for them to point out everybody else they know, because what's going to happen when you point out to someone, then it means that, okay, this is an open field. Everybody needs to be exposed. So it's a good thing to call Americana, even a Glenda get her score, Glenda, and says Jemima, whoever, call the names, call the people you want to accuse. So when they start accusing you, then don't say that witch hunt, because it has now become an open field. Nobody talking now about, nobody assuming that CDC, or no one is saying that CDC is insinuating that Americana doesn't have the money. Nobody's saying that. Their own doesn't own those homes. Nobody's saying, oh, that wish on Amara. When they now start calling Josh Weah name, it should not be a wish hunt, because the field has now become open. It's anybody who the other can catch, let it catch them. So that's a good game they're playing. Great game. Bring it on.
So you want them to go back? You want them to point finger? Would this help them? Is that what you're saying, Glennie?
I want them to point fingers, because it's going to expose others that maybe will be needed to be exposed. And it will also prove too that this is not a witch hunt. If you know, and this is for to ordinary Liberians too, who may know people. If you know people, send the names to the people so they can check them out. So when when they do start their work, and they start calling sedition's name and the different properties they have, then it becomes an open playing field. It won't be a witch hunt.
Oh, I got you. That's a good way to put it. You're right. That you will not come back and blame the government and say, well, you witch hunted me. You're right.
Yes.
We're going to hear from Asido. Jemima would have called our auntie, and our sister Jackie were coming. We got to also move. Asido is coming up with this thing about the 4,500. I think as much as, I do not have the details. I will ask you guys if you guys know anything about it. Then from there, we go to the War and Economic Crime Code as to who bringing it in the picture, whether this thing is dying upon the river. Again, we will set a date. Once Paul speaks to Mr. Dualu next week, we have to bring them. The comprehensive presentation that Paul wanted to talk about is very interesting, and I want Liberians to hear it. So we have to settle time. Asido, your minute 30 seconds, sir.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. And let me be very quick here. So just to reiterate what I said, every Liberian should welcome accountability. It's a good thing. But that should be done with a blind eye in the confines of the law. That's what I've said. I know the brother spoke of Finabondo and said, Finabondo, get this, get that. But let's go back in years in time. Again, I will repeat those things so people hear it. When President Waika was elected, when he was president-elect, without receiving the first salary, he gave out 10 million United Liberian dollars. Nice. Total reaching up to 55,000 US dollars. When that issue came out, even Stanton and Eduardo, the defense was the man was his president-elect. People don't know him, people gave donation to him. Apparently, the only person that nobody know that Finabono, so probably nobody can give her donation. The same way how Nathaniel Mangeo built a tomb for his mother, people came here and said he stole money to build it. Although it was a friend that did that. And my people, again, I will say, I am in no way, and no one should be against accountability. But let it be done fairly. And one of the things I keep hearing, statute of limitation, statute of limitation, limitation, limitation. I keep hearing that over and over. I wanted to challenge everybody, including Councillor Clamanti, to please give us what law places statute of limitation on corruption. I really want to see that. I kept thinking about that. I remember once upon a time, I worked in a bank. When I was there, they said corruption can go as far back as you can go. Murder, those cases don't have that. So can the councillor please, or anybody, help us with the law that says corruption cannot go back X amount of years? Now, why should anybody have problem with starting from 2006? What we are saying, take a reasonable date by which we can find records. There are things we can see. During time of Chastity, there were war times. So sometimes people say, okay, let's start from 2006. What is bad about it? What is hurtful? What is harmful? And you say certain law prevents you from investigating corruption beyond a certain time. I want to see that law. I really beg everybody on this platform plus the entire asset recovery team to please bring that law. You cannot go back a certain time on corruption cases. I want to see that law. Thank you.
Okay, Ajumama, can you please?
Yeah. I'd like to say to my dear friend and nephew, don't come in the public and try to confuse the people. You're trying to tell the Liberian people in the entire world that the property we're speaking of doesn't exist, which is not true. Your property in Marshall exists. You know it, I know it, other people who live around and know it. And I don't take free things from people like that, except if you are my close relative or friend. And I got to know it genuine. I don't need your property to live in. I built all my property. The first house I built, I was 32 years old, young girl, when I opened my travel agency. Everything that I own today came from the travel agency. I manage my business very well because I'm a good manager. I manage it properly. And so I don't need a free house from you. I built many houses before I went to government. I accumulated all that I accumulated before I went to government from my business. And everybody know that of me. When they say Chimama, locally they say Pan-African Travel Agency. So I make sincere money. And I'm taking it back. I'm very surprised that today Asedo can sit on the international platform to talk about honesty, transparency, and accountability. Few years back, 6 years back, if you people were following that, you would have been in power today. You would have been able to get accountability for every penny that you spend. You would have been able to get accountability of the 150 million that Ellen left in the coffers. You would have been able to give accountability of the $30 million that you stole and your 8, you would have been for COVID, took it off for COVID, and your 8 other money, you divided it. You would have been able to give account of the 25 mob exercise. You would have been able to give account of the $4 billion. You would have been able to give account of the $16 billion. Now, people who respect giving account of things that they do, they practice it. You don't just come and just talk and just talk. Like people not stupid, the entire world not stupid. When we come on a platform, we come to discuss the issue, we must be sincere about it. People are listening to you, but guess what? They are trashing it. As you speak, they trash it out. As you speak, they trade it or they put it in the trading machine. You know about accountability? Like your policy, you know about GDP. So you know about accountability before you didn't exhibit that during the 6 years. Do you know about integrity? Do you know about honesty? If you knew Liberian people were not going to be, they were not going to be as poor as they are today, because you're going to use the money and the opportunity they gave you people for 6 years to manage the government on behalf of the people, of the people, by the people. You are going to do it the way it should have been done. And today, Liberian people are not going to be as poor as they are today. So don't preach here about accountability and don't bring lies here. Government is not teaching on no 4,500. You're running with such a fictitious stories. Why? Why are you doing that? I know you here to be mouthpiece for the government, for the past government. But hey, we got news for you. We got positive news for you. And we're working on it, and the whole world seeing it, because we are on the right path and nothing going to stop us. Thank you.
And we like how this goes. Let me say this to you. Welcome, Jackie. Jackie, I'm not a lawyer, right? I know I'm going to bring you in and you'll have your time. But as to our brother is asking, what law talk about statute of limitation? So we had Councilor Martin here, and he pointed out to different issue. I don't know if ACIDO is talking about capital offenses or ACIDO is talking about non-capital offenses. As you can see in 4.2, is this non-capital offenses, Jackie? Can you talk to us on these different code of conduct and fraud, breach of fiduciary obligation? Maybe ACIDO need to call one of their famous lawyer, Arthur Johnson, to already explain this to him, because Arthur Johnson is the famous lawyer for CDC. But I'm not seeing anything with the statute of limitation yet that Edward Martin, in his wisdom, should go as far back as 2005, Jackie. You ready? It's in the chat room. Can you talk to us?
Well, thank you, Santana. Hello to everybody on the platform and in Liberia and in the diaspora watching and listening. I'm not a lawyer either, but I did listen to Councilor Martin when he talked about misdemeanor, felony, and other acts of crimes that fall under the non-capital offenses. And of course, capital offenses, there's no statute of limitations on that. The most important thing here is this: it's for the government to recover assets as much as possible. And when they do recover those assets and find out how those assets were obtained by officials, then they can determine at what point the statute of or the crime, the nature of the alleged crime. And once if it falls within capital offense or it falls within non-capital offense, then we have to obviously follow the law according to our books. But what is most important in all this is for us to start the process, for us to look at the leads, do the research, and information that is gathered. It takes a lot. There's a lot that takes place behind the scene. What is this information? How was it gathered? When was it gathered? The nature in which it was gathered. And then at that point, they determine the level of crime or offense against the state. So that's how the process works, and that's how I understand it to work. But I say we should not say, oh, because there's a statute or no statute, that we should not start or we should not do the right thing as a country. the WIA-led government had the opportunity to do the right thing by the Liberian people and for the Liberian people. There was an asset recovery team under the WIA-led government as well. What did they do? Where is their report? George Weah said he gave the Unity Party government then a B. There was no reason for them to do whatever. And George Weah felt that the Unity Party government did a very good job under the Ellen government. So it was your responsibility to look into things. You had an asset recovery team as well. Where is your report? Now that President Boyka has set up an asset recovery team and you want to criticize it, no. We're going to start with the last 6 years as we should, because your government was in place and your government was also doing an assessment of what it had acquired, and they failed to do so. If they failed to do so, don't blame. We have nothing to do with it. And I trust the asset recovery team. I'm sure that they're going to do the job that they're supposed to do. And if anybody has offended the state, the Liberian people, by taking resources that didn't belong to them, then they have to face the law according to the crime identified in our books, in our law books. And that's Ministry of Justice to determine the level of that crime and the statute it falls within.
I'm surprised that you just went short on Isaac, because I believe you guys are not friends. So whenever you come, you usually don't go short on him. But you're right. This is what Isaac should have done. You remember this on Heritage newspaper way back the line? We have vowed to audit past government officials. What stopped him? What stopped him? He created asset recovery team, Arthur Johnson, Serena Seaforth, all of them. What stopped the former president? Why?
Because he came to be corrupt too. That's a simple answer.
There you go. So we need to remind our fellow Liberians here. He can, we'll do it. And they have Amara Kone, Samuka. It led to Brian Samuka being almost put in jail for life. You know that. That's why Samuka lost his seat.
But that was strictly political. Everybody knows that.
It was. So, but then they didn't say which one. But yeah, I said, though, I'm going to ask Paul Kennedy, because he ran against a senator from Popolo County. He came to Paul. The accusation from your fellow sedition, you wasn't a sedition, but you supported them somewhat. That bring Americana in the picture because he got a farm that worth over $7 million and question him. You think those suggestions are fair to Amara? You're going to buy into CDC defense mechanism to bring everybody else and no proof, nothing? I know you run against Amara Corners.
CEO, thank you. Let me set the record straight. As a Liberian, I ran on the Liberian National Union ticket, LANO. And when the first term of the election ended and I lost to the Senator Amara Kone, I had an obligation as a Liberian to endorse one of the two political parties that were out there. I did endorse CDC for support. Before then, I never supported CDC. I campaigned solely on my own. So I just wanted to set the records clear. Every Liberian has the right to endorse any political party that they feel at the point of time deemed necessary to support. Now, coming back to the issue of the asset recovery, I don't think this should be about individuals. Whether, one person has a farm or another person has a house. From the beginning of my statement, I said the asset recovery team now has the responsibility as a constitutional body that has been established by the president to go ahead and do the right thing. And for me, the right thing will start with certain things. One, setting up a parameter of who to get items from. When that parameter is set, the asset recovery team will set a scope so that it's clearly defined and Liberian people are informed. The reason why most of us speculate all the time is most of these committees we set up really don't come back to tell us what's happening. The lack of effective communication to the Liberian people leave them in doubt and leave them to speculate. When this committee is set, before it even start going out there to start taking things or calling people and investigating, they need to give us several points on what they are looking for, what purviews they fall in, who they're going to find, and how the investigations are going to be set. They're going to have a grievance redress mechanism so that if they take something from you and it does not please you, where do you go to seek redress? All of these things are not out there yet. At least I have not heard them. So the committee needs to come out to tell the Liberian people how they are planning to do their work before they get in car and just start running around and catching people. And I'm sure that the chairman and his team are able enough to be able to put those things in place so that the Liberian people get to see, listen, they are not coming after me because I served in one government or another. They are coming after me because I took things that were not actually due to me as a government official or somebody.
But I think, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I think you missed one of our program. We had the counselor on, and he laid out the different steps. So
Okay.
the counselor was on today, Saturday. He was on Thursday, I believe. He laid out the different steps, and he will be coming back on again after the major announcement on Friday as to the way forward.
So that happened.
He also had a press conference prior to coming on the show as well to outline the basic steps and process for the asset recovery team.
Thank you for that information. Because see, I don't think that government officials should be accepting gift of certain category and giving gift. A government official is not supposed to accept certain amount of gift. When I hear people all around here saying, "Yeah, my friend gave me this," your friend did not give it to you when you were not in government. Why are they giving it to you now? I mean, in the U.S., a government official does not take anything more than $75 United States dollars.
I think Nigeria is 200.
That gift, and someone finds out that they received a gift of more than 75 United States dollars, that government official is not only going to get dismissed, they are on their way to court, and if they are found guilty, they're going to jail. So the Liberian government officials should stop taking gifts. They are taking gifts that are influencing their decisions to give contracts to people who do not merit the contract getting. And a lot of times we set up institutions that we undermine. Stanton, there's a National Disaster Management Agency here. In the line of disaster, nobody should go and stand and take $100,000 to give to those people. You should be giving the money or your donation to the disaster management team, and they will know how to assess the vulnerability of the disaster to be able to help who they're able to help. I mean, most of our presidents have been going short of that. President Weah went and gave $100,000 to people who had their house burned. President Puaka went ahead and gave $55,000 to people. They set up all these teams, all these agencies, but they undermine the functionality of these agencies. And I think that it is not only one president who has done it.
So
people wrong.
Yeah, I want to bring in Eduardo. Thank you very much, Paul. I want to bring in Eduardo. Again, folks, I know you want to hear from Paul, his election, what went wrong, why he didn't win, and the way forward plays better with us. Eduardo and Paul have some conversation. Then we'll bring Paul back next week. We want to know more about his plan and his project. It's in line with what Eduardo always saying. That's why they're going to talk. And then we're going to beat into Paul as to if he will run against Botokane 2029, why he didn't win. What technique was used that Americana won. We'll have that conversation down the line. But Eduardo, let me bring you in. This thing about the 4,500, this thing about president making personal donation. What say you?
Stanton, I will speak to that, but I want to say this. If you listen to my brother, Evani Saki pointed this out very brilliantly. My brother Asador is not saying CDC did not steal. If you listen to his argument very carefully, he's saying, but the other people do it too. Why you won't investigate us? Just listen to his conversation. I want to say this also. He mentioned that McGill, Frank helped him build his mom, what you call it, mausoleum. Liberian law said $200 maximum.
Is that what he said? By different helping?
Yeah, yeah. So, and that is extremely illegal, by the way. If it was a serious country, McGill would be in jail. But we are not a serious country. But I will say this, Stanton, and the question you ask, it kind of slipped my mind. Can you remind me for a second again? The question you asked about.
Asido is running with it 4,500.
Okay.
All candidates say president making personal donations.
Yeah, personal donation. Oh, Senator, we beat on President Weah for this. The Weah project. If you guys remember when the houses in Toll community and Nukuta, he re-roofed those. He said it was his personal money. Liberian people, I want you to listen to me. No president in the Republic of Liberia has sufficient money for himself to do anybody personal project. The money is actually in the budget. The reason why they do these things because they know we have a gullible society, and they use that to say, "Oh, the president doing donation." At no point under President Weah administration, the president Weah ever take his own personal money to do anything for anybody of any kind whatsoever. It was a total lie. Remember, he said he did some donations. It's the same thing with President Boakai. Look, we have to set standards here when it comes to the Republic. Liberia has a Red Cross. Liberia have a disaster management organizations like Brother Kennedy mentioned. Go through these organizations, allocate the money to the proper entity. You are not just doing that for that reason. You're strengthening the entity and providing expertise for these people to hone their skills. So when real disaster does happen, these people are prepared to actually take care of it. But okay, you remember under President Weah, there was Pepsi Yeke. Almost every single project, and by the way, Pepsi Yeke bought the entire GSA junction. The guy was changing money. I knew him before he went to government. He was changing money. The whole of GSA Junction in bought and built a massive gas station. If I will get some pictures tomorrow, we're going to post them. This is what we do to our society. We take my own personal friend. He running from pretend I'm building projects in Wapulu County, but he's not doing anything. They take the money and do it with red bar. President should not be doing those, but they only do that, including ministers and representatives. They behave as though it's their personal money. No government official get part of pissing in Liberia. Look at them before they came to government. That way you measure them from. Anything in government are the people money. Thank you.
All right, let's bring in Asido.
Yeah, so 3 points there very quickly in less than 1 minute. To clarify, first off, I'm sure Nathaniel Mangil, that all of us got family. So when Nathaniel Mangil's mother passed away, nobody will assume that the only person she born was Nathaniel Mangil. I'm sure there are large family. He got brothers, sisters all around the place. So if somebody were to pass away from my in government and somebody donates to my family, does that mean a gift to me? That's funny. Well, let's say this. Unity Party said they came to correct all of the wrongs from CDC. We can agree that one of the wrongs from CDC was not to order the past government. That was a CDC wrong. Unity Party wants to correct all of the wrong except that one wrong. Why would you not want to add this one single wrong among all of the wrongs you came to correct? If CDC did not order the past government, or if CDC did not aggressively pursue asset recovery from the past government was a wrong, United Party don't want to correct that one wrong, but want to correct all of the wrongs. Somebody should think about it. There's somebody think about it. If you want to correct all of the wrong, correct the wrong. The thing is, you keep bringing the 4,500 up. I think it is ridiculous for anybody to say that lie is not true. When a rescuer, Yeke Koluba, who was celebrating the victory of President Obwaka, was the one who brought this up to light. And that was even confirmed by J-Max. J-Max. A J-Max coupon of 4,500 to certain lawmakers. Nobody seems to care about that. But that's bribery at the highest level of our governance structure. Somebody should care. And just to state, I am still waiting for a law that puts statute of limitation.
You're right, Dado. Seriously.
Again, I am still waiting for a law that puts statute of limitation on corruption cases and financial crimes.
Senator, can I just read the law, please? Put the law.
Dadu, just take this down. Just wait. I beg you. Stanton, you posted something in the chat room. I'm sure that's not what you're referring to. We're still waiting for that law. You're talking about some non-capital offenses. They say that you're talking about corruption and financial crimes against the state. And you're breaking certain child's play on screen, and Dadu here costing us about it. Just take this down. We're talking about this. Just take it down, Stanton. We're waiting for the law. And this should be embarrassing. People have investigated crimes of financial matter 25 years, 30 years back. Only in rescue Liberia, no one can go back 6 years because statute of limitations say when you steal 6 years ago, you can't be held accountable.
I didn't do it.
Let's stop joking. Let's stop joking. You can trust all you can. I keep saying they should be fair and accountable.
They're repeating.
Okay, so I say, with all due respect to you, again, you have one of the best lawyers in your camp, Arthur Johnson, right? The men are represented, all of you. Bring, ask him, or Dr. Richardson, welcome. Ask him, welcome. Dr. Richardson, you are not driving, are you?
No, husband is driving.
All right, so your husband driving. Thank you. As if I welcome, it's good to see you. We just want to make sure that you are safe. That's what you're saying. All right, so let me go ahead and bring in Dualu. Dualu, why are you saying this is not the law? Why? Why are you trying to disagree?
This law, don't keep it up, please. Let me just go through the law. Because the reason why I say I hate to say this, but I don't think I say read the law. Maybe okay. They said non-capital offenses. That means every single crime that is not considered a capital crime. Sentence be mute for a second. Except as provided in section 4.3, which is above, and section 4.4 of chapter, prosecution for any non-capital offenses shall be subject to the following periods of limitation. That means all other crimes that are not capital offense, that including financial crimes. I don't like the law. I don't like it. I want them to go back 50 years. A prosecution for a felony, these capital crimes are felonies. I mean, these financial crimes are felony, must be commenced within 5 years after it is committed. We deal with, I hope CDC have prosecuted people because they have the time to do that. B, a prosecution for a misdemeanor must be commenced within 3 years after it is committed. C, a prosecution for any other offense, violation, or infractions must be commenced within 1 year. So there is a statute of limitation there. Now, I don't like the law. I say I agree with you anyway. I don't like the law. Okay? Prosecution for an offense, a material element of which is either fraud or a breach of fiduciary obligation, may be commenced even though the period provided in section 4.2 has expired within 2 years after the discovery of the offense by the injured person or his legal representative. But in no case shall this provision extend the period of limitation otherwise applicable by more than 5 years. So they're tied.
Why I said, which part of this he doesn't understand though?
Yeah, so that as a point to it. Let me just shut up.
I said, which part you doesn't? What seriously help us? We're not trying to beat on you. Can you adjust your camera, Mr. Vat, please? Isaac, where in this you don't understand?
Forget the beat on me dream. You can bring the entire rescue team. I don't get shake. I don't get shaking. So leave that beat on me thing. You know, when I told I can be here, just looking at you. You don't take my hair from my skin. So let's go back again. I'm still waiting for a law that says corruption cases cannot be investigated after 5 years or 6 years. You always boasting of living in the world's best country. You always boast. My brother, they asked me now, let me take 1 minute. You always boast of living in America, the world's best country. Your fool may do a simple Google search and find out about crimes 20 years ago, 25 years ago of corruption or financial crimes against the state. And you come on the show and think, say, you having one nightmare that you beat on Isaac who doesn't care about what people say anyways. Let's talk the reality. You know what? People listen to us. I'm not talking about the 3 UP people that will come and say, oh, yeah, that's not my concern. My concern is the amount of people that listen to us. They know what I say when I say that. You here today talking about corruption, somebody committed financial crime 5 years ago, so statute of limitation, don't go there. Somebody must be a little bit thinking of something else. I am still waiting for that law that says that.
Yeah, but you getting the answer. We don't want to waste our time on you. Let's bring in Ava. Let's bring in Dr. Richardson. Something is confusing. We'll go to Jackie. Why are we having this argument? You are not saying anything, even with what Mr. Duaru read. You are not saying anything. There's no contradiction from you. I don't understand. So you're just saying bring the law, bring the law. They show you something, and you're saying that's not it. Then where are your standings? Ava.
Isaac, can I ask you? Oh no, you're not Isaac. Mr. Do, can I ask you a question?
So I mean,
Well,
there are two
I
categories
would
of
prefer
crime.
you say your own. I would prefer you say your own, actually.
Man.
You can say your own. You can disagree with me. That's fine.
No, I won't disagree with you. I just want to ask you to understand. They say capital offense and non-capital offense. Is there another category of crimes besides those two?
You can say your own. You don't have to ask me. Yeah, it's okay.
But we're talking. He asked a fair question. Is there any other thing besides those two? No, I said Bagwe. Why are you forcing? We are not forcing over here.
No. Stanton, you know me for a long time. I'm one person who will never get angry and get forced with anybody. That's what I say. The rescue people are sometimes, I don't know what they think about. Somebody was just on the show saying, I'm panelist. Why am I asking them? And Stanton, you were also backing it. So why asking someone? I asked and the mama simple question here. She went off. But another rescue man not coming again. You backing it. Where do you guys stand? Rescue, what do you want to do?
Forget it. Go ahead, Abba, do your own talking. Your time running off. Talk.
Okay, so let me say this. Isaac, I think the statement there is clear. You know, capital offense and non-capital offense. Non-capital offense are bucket big. Everything fall inside. Then they specify misdemeanor in another category. So if there's a statute of limitation, we got to respect it. If you can find a law that says otherwise or say no crime has statute of limitation, then you have an argument. Otherwise, you don't. I mean, I'm just coming in. I didn't even follow your conversation. I'm just reading simple English. So if there is something else that you know, for me, I'm with those people who want to go back to J.J. Rowell and prosecute all the roles in our country history. I have no problem. I want to do that. Trust me. I want for us to audit. You were right in the chat room when I was demanding that we audit this Ellen Sally government just to get a baseline. You were saying, oh, you want peace, you want this, you want that. Now you're crying today that somebody want to at least set a standard for the future that shows accountability on the part of the previous administration. You can't do that, Isaac. Seriously, this country, we must start to at least implement merit, pragmatism, honesty, accountability, and transparency. And if Joseph Boyka government is taking 1 or 2 steps towards that, I totally support it. I don't think you should be like, having anger fits or not wanting to speak to other people on the panel or simply answer a question because that's not happening. So to me, that's wrong. But stand up, before I go, I want to give a shout out to all the people out there, and that's why I say sometimes this show is very important. Today, I met a few people who, I wouldn't have met otherwise. I know I've been popular. I don't have my time, but just being on the Spoon Show has exposed me or more people to know about me, and just meeting them and the respect they have for the show, I think that's a huge expectation and responsibility on all of us to try to live up to a certain standard that the people out there can understand. So, standard again, thank you for the platform. Seriously.
So, welcome to the ballpark, man. We appreciate you. Unique. I mean, you have said it, and you will meet more. Alexis Acido, I know you're at the funeral again. Our sympathy to the Cummins family, and we pray that God can strengthen them. Again, we also want to announce to the Charles Lever Martin Harris family, he lost his brother-in-law. We want to say our sympathy to Tower, the wife, and every one of them as well. So thank you. We'll see you on Monday.
Something I forgot about, when you were saying Toya somebody, I didn't know you were talking about Toya brother. Now, Bill Harris, Toya brother who passed away, was an upperclassman on Cuttington when I was there. A very good guy. He's a father, loving father who raised his daughter. And, I have a lot of respect for him, his intelligence on economics and the market and just everything. So my sympathy goes out to Toyota, Judo, and the rest of the Harris family. So I just ask for them to be strong.
You are right. And also, I mean, you talk about Judo, the wife of Reverend Martin. You talk about Dr. Stone. You talk about Torah, the rest of the family. Again, I was sympathy from the network and my family as well. Thank you, Ashiva, and have a safe flight coming back.
Sorry. Stella, you gotta give me the 1 minute. My picking Paul Kennedy on the show, on the web, what I would say. But I'm excited. Look, folks, Paul Kennedy is an intellectual. He's a guy who has ideas on how we can move this country.
I'm right be the man in Bapalu. What kind of intellectual I'm right to be?
Intellectual don't win elections in our country. Our country not ready for real good leaders. You know, seriously, our country not ready for every fight to contribute. And that's why I'm happy Paul is on this platform. You know, Paul, I don't know whether you share your recent stuff that we've been talking about, Paul, but hopefully you did so people can start to see your creativity.
Yes,
you know that it man,
yes, Eduardo talking about it, and then we'll come back. But man, let's move on. Asif, thank you very much. Be safe. Have a safe flight back with my brother. Thank you. All right. Wanted to go to Dr. Richardson, by apparently the internet kick off. We want to say back to you, Jackie and Aunt Jemima. The issue is that Asif cannot interpret the law, but here we are. You cannot bring anything to substantiate your argument right now. We are providing you something and you say no. Jackie? Can you unmute Jackie? We're not hearing you. Jackie, are you with us? Can you say something? Are you with us?
She has to go in and come back out. Maybe somebody call her and block her.
Oh, yeah, probably. Aunt Jemima, come in now before we go to Paul Kennedy. We got to do for the 500. I'm really trying to study this for the 500 issue. I don't know the origin. I really don't have all of the facts. I know people say Yeke Koluba says something, but again, we'll have to discuss it, Aunt Jemima.
I don't even want to go there because we don't have any facts on this for the 500. Maybe we can do a little research on it and talk about it maybe on Monday. But I don't want to give it any credence as of now. And so I want us to move on because Aceto has spun the whole thing around, and now we just focus on Aceto. We got enough important things to discuss anyway about the country, so I think we should move on. I'm tired with repetitive statements. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Jackie, are you back? Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, you're good. Talk to us, Jackie.
Look, Stanton, there's a reason why the Liberian people voted the CDC government out. And that number one mandate they give the new government is accountability. So, and that's what President Boyka is doing right now. And my question to Isaac, just for clarification, Isaac, I heard everything you said, but are you trying to say that the asset recovery team should not look at the last 6 years of the CDC government? Are you trying to say that they shouldn't do that at all? I'm trying to understand that.
Oh, absolutely not. No way. Zero. That's not what I'm saying. No. I said it is good for accountability. All what I'm saying is try to include our wrong in your thing. 2006 to 2023. Anything wrong with it? That's all I said. Why is someone really defending not going? Why are you so defending not going 2000? If you show you legit, you really want to do this. Why is someone so Stanton said people should call and tell him where property is? He don't want nobody to call him and say, oh, in 2012 they government official be property here. No one should call him. They should only call him and say in 2002 someone be property here. Like, why are you so defending against 2006 up to 2023? Why? That's my concern.
Okay, so the next thing is we know that doing research, investigation, everything, all these things are not just time intensive, it's cost intensive, resource intensive. Why is it that CDC had an asset recovery team called, I think it was called ARAD, that's how you guys call it. Why is it that they didn't do what they needed to do? I mean, you cannot come here and say, okay, because we didn't do this, now United Party should go back all the way to 2006. Governments continue to those 6 years. Why is it that your government doesn't have a report on the past?
Jackie,
I like what you asking me. Again, that was a CDC wrong. You came to correct CDC wrong.
Well,
So please
nothing
do it.
is wrong. I can say I spilled the milk, and you will ask me, why did you spill the milk? I could say, well, I was holding the cup the wrong way, or what have you. Or my hand hit the glass, and so the milk
That's
went
the
on the floor. I'm not talking about the wrong. I'm asking you, why is it that the CDC government did not do what it needed to do? Because it spent millions of dollars behind this asset recovery team that was appointed in 2018. Answer the question for us, please.
Jackie,
And
can I
don't tell
have
me
to
they did
answer?
wrong. You already know they did wrong.
Jackie, can I have to
tell you
answer the
all of
question?
the
Jackie, can I have to
tell you
answer the
all of the
question?
things you do that you promised to correct. My best guess is all of the things that CDC didn't do, you want to correct it. Except the one thing that they didn't do, the asset recovery thing. That's why you don't want to correct. You
Okay,
won't
so you're not
correct.
going to answer the question. Let's send them help us answer that question because you're not answering it.
Damage the country, you won't correct it. Only that one thing, that's why you don't want to correct. Somebody should think about something.
So here's the thing. The reason why George Manawea couldn't do audit, he couldn't talk about asset recovery. When he called it, it was a bluff. How can you call and say asset recovery, right? And you lie to the nation that you declare your asset, but there is no one documentation to show. You can't. This is huge. No, on a serious note, there is no one documentation to show that George Manawea, former president, declared his assets.
But wait, ain't Aspen said the man asset to GSC?
But we gave them 24 hours. It been 48 hours. It go to 72 hours. The former president should come up and say, like Delon did. And where is Delon? I think Delon all of the country, but we'll discuss that. I think Delon traveling somewhere. We'll discuss that once we confirm. But then the man go ahead and say, yes, the document. Like Musa Benedict did, right? Musa Benedict said, listen, why don't you allow he get 32 million, so what? In cash on hand, actual liquidity, how you call it, and buildings and whatsoever. Somebody come and say, well, Jeremiah Cruz said, that's my document. Yomli Kanga, as poor as she says she is, she gave the little document and everybody saw it. They don't say he had $3. Now he made $127,000 for those years. Everybody saw it. Guess what happened? The former president should now say, yes, the document. Spoon Network is a liar network. Yes, the document. I said I was $80 million richer prior to taking office is dead. I had all those lands and the property is dead. Recently, Miguel declared his asset. Whether true or false, he gives some document in. Can President George Manawea, the former president, do the same? I said we talk yap, but the president looking at us and say, "Begin, you trying hard, but it will not make it." And that's the fact. Because that's George Manawea. So to your question, Jackie, I want to give you back your time. The reason why they stop these things is because as Serena Seafors said, we try to get it no way. Who he bring? I said, do bro Wamadiki. Can anyone Liberian believe in Wamadiki?
Wabudigi.
Can anyone Liberian believe in that guy? Let's stop joking. Let's stop joking. I said, don't know. The fight against asset recovery is knocking on the doors of every former government officials that have enriched themselves on the lawmakers too now. I have senators, they're chasing the property. The only thing I swore myself to privacy, I would never say it. But what I have on this cell phone, I have senators' properties. They go to Ivory Coast. You know how many properties they get on the book from Ivory Coast? I can say it because we said 72 houses were in Ivory Coast. People said I was a lie. You know how many properties, Jackie, the people get in Ivory Coast? This is not a game. If you acquire a property, you can prove it. Nobody will bother you. But it's about time that we fight this thing to the court, to its origin, and this is bad for our country. So to answer your question, that's the reason President Weah dropped everything, because his hand was in the cookie's job. Jackie?
Oh yeah, and definitely, and that's why the asset recovery team will do what it needs to do. So Isaac, though, just do the country a favor and call all your friends in and ask them to remain in the country and let them do volunteer and come up front and say sorry, we wronged the Liberian people. We are voluntarily turning over things ourselves. That way
But
we
it's,
help
I'm
the
sorry,
state
Jackie, it's part of it though that you gotta volunteer though. You can bring it voluntarily, they don't bother you, right, Jackie?
We will do that Wednesday. Wednesday next week.
You can surrender the cars. You can surrender the cars. You can surrender the property that you think you took illegally, right, Jackie?
Thank you.
Okay.
And that will help to save the taxpayers a lot of money because the recover asset, especially financial asset, is cost intensive.
So Joe, where must surrender this one too? Joe, where should surrender this one? Joe, where should surrender this one?
Yeah, he needs to explain how he paid for that because it happened when he became president.
This happened when he became president? I thought he had this prior to 2018.
He probably had
Senator,
a
you probably
property,
let Joe.
the land, but not
Everybody, everybody get a turn to talk. Ask my question. And I want Labreno to learn something. Joe, where built this thing while he was serving when he took over, or he built this thing prior to he become president?
When he took over, that's when he started that construction.
Is this true, Abba? Paul Kennedy, is this true?
Look,
No, Abba, wait 1 minute. Abba, wait 1 minute. Abba, thank you. Abba, wait 1 minute. Paul Kennedy said, "Why is this true? He built this property prior to or within his presidency."
Stanton, there are a lot of things I don't know in Nigeria. I mean, where is this property? My first time seeing this thing. Where is this?
I don't know. They said that Joe, where property? Can somebody help us?
Where
is this? Is this the one that on the road to Falcon Church? Where is this?
Yeah, that's where it is.
This is around the Baptist Seminary.
No, across the street. Let me describe where you are.
Thank you, Duado.
You're facing the road across the street from the Baptist Seminary. You go down. You go inside small. It's to be a dusty road. They play a football fee before 2018. And I actually played football here in my beginning. So the whole play was clear after 2018 before they started bidding. So when you cross the street from the Baptist Seminary, one road go inside. They paved the road, all the way go inside. They got ATM and all there right now. I play for the Crow Church.
ATM is there?
Yeah, ATM and all in that player.
So you know, like I said, I'm this is my first time seeing property. I don't know, but as the Tuba raised a concern that I wanted to speak to, maybe just in 1 minute. And
just 1 minute, we'll get back to you, my brother Paul. We'll come back to you. I want to ask Asif because he said as former chairman for CDC, he knows something about this property. Then he talked to us. Asif.
Look,
so, Senator, what's the purpose of this property? How did it benefit the Nigerian people?
But that's what we're asking. If President George Manawe had no money, as he declared his asset, what he said he did, how did he acquire this property? That's the question.
And I
want to learn, Asif.
That was the issue. I accused this property as being the baby of some kind of corruption action. And the typical defenders of George Weah was saying, that the extra money from the campaign that left over, that what we are used to build that whole complex there. I still don't buy it, right? So unfortunately, our elections commission, the whole campaign finance is a whole nother topic that one day hopefully we can touch on, because that one of the root of corruption in this country, the financing of campaigns and the payback when whoever wins. But that property was definitely after elections. And people just got upset, I guess, that some of us were asking about it. And the optics, you see what people, even our demand or our money left over for election that should not have gone in his pocket, but he took for himself, as is typical. The optics of it, it was just embarrassing to many of us who scheme with this whole CDC knows about trying to make sure that everybody Liberian have some kind of, affordable every opportunity to live an affordable life, especially if they want to work. And to see that just happen in the first 6-7 months, then the revamping of his rehabilitation of his property on 9th Street, all of those things were just very, very embarrassing. And it just set the wrong tone for his administration. Because when the top man is stealing, everybody's stealing. I don't care what you can't stop the other people.
The road are leading over there, the Ankota, that's cement. It's one of the best made cement road in the Republic of Liberia. That's cement. From the
Wow.
Then you go to use cement.
And we can get down our roads.
Oh, we can get on our road.
So my question, guys, while we begin to check this thing, we got to check out. My question is, if George Monowia did this within his presidency, though, and he didn't declare his assets, there's a red tape. They can go to that compound and put a red tape on it. It is within the confine of the asset recovery team. They can ask questions. He must declare his assets. They must see something. So even though we want to do you a favor, we can go to GSC and see what your asset declaration says. Say you want to GSC to declare your asset, you can show it. This is big. This is huge.
But still, can you explain to me what is stuff about somebody declaring assets to GSC? Since when that started?
No, but when I go back there, because I'll let it do the thing. If the man even declare access to basically UNB, let him just bring it. We gave the man the benefit of the doubt. Even if you go to Sony and declare his asset, just bring it. We just want to see something. To me, my argument is so easy. LDCC, GSC, IAA, WWE, WWF, wherever you choose to declare your asset, just bring the paper. That's all the Liberian people want. We have no argument. This man served as president for 6 years. And Paul Kennedy, to be frank, if you declare your asset beyond go back, just bring it. We'll take it. But let's see it. Yeah, thank you, Isaac. Let's see it, Paul Kennedy. That's all my argument. So I really will not cherry pick where you declare, hey, how you declare. No, bring it. Let's verify. Don't go on a World Trade Center now, Paul Kennedy. You know that what asset do it and you operate. Don't go on a World Trade Center now to farm there because we know it. And, you know, and then the people will see it because, but this is bad. If you obtain, whether it's part of the campaign money, Paul Kennedy, it must be shown on your asset declaration or on the party document, right? Ava, because you were serving in that position. Something have to be shown that some money was left for the party, right, Ava? Ava, you with us?
There was no money left for the party. The CDC was struggling during election to get money. No money was left. After that government money, they put to and put here. If you remember, Tua even said something. Tua said the man, he got friend there, and some of your friend helping out. People won't accuse the man made 80 million when you're playing. For the whole time, Joe, we are playing all the money he made, reach 30 million. In Euro, that 45% they can take off.
So Dwalu, that comes to my point. I think for the CEO to yield me a time. Hello, is everybody?
They can talk all day. But as soon as we want to say something, they all can give chance.
Is anybody here?
Yeah, we hear. I don't know if you can hear or Stanton went out.
Yeah,
but go ahead, Mr. Kennedy.
I can hear you, but you still got this property.
Yes, Stanton probably went out, but he's coming back. Go ahead.
Yeah, and you know, I think we are all only saying the same thing repetitively, which is you know, becoming a time. But I think every Liberian who runs for a public office should declare their assets, whether it's to the LRA. And I think when I ran for Senate, I declared my assets in Bapolu. I even paid taxes on the land I had there. I think every Liberian should be able to tell the Liberian people when you run for public office what you have, and you know, so that when you leave public office, you can also be able to show us what you acquired during your time. And nobody's talking about you're not supposed to build a house when you're a senator or you're president or you're a minister. I think what the concern is having a house that does not fit within the profile of all the money you made. And I think, to be honest with you, I do not think that the word corruption, should have a statute of limitation. I mean, corruption causes death. You take money from the funds that are supposed to build a road from here to JFK, and you take that money, and ambulances taking more than 5 hours to get to the place where they're supposed to take 30 minutes, and pregnant women dying in the process of getting to the hospital. That death is as a result of the corruption. So I want to disagree with this country, a country that I love so much, to draw a limit on a statute of an issue that get people to die. Because a murder does not have a statute of limitation. The causes of murder should also not have statutes of limitation. And corruption is one of the causes, the major leading causes of death is corruption. So I think we should go back to rewrite the law. Liberian law needs to be rewritten. And that's one of the reasons why I was fighting to become a senator. So that we can sit back and find a team of people who have the like minds, who want to move this country forward. Because I can guarantee you, the law protects too many bad things in this country. The Liberian law actually gave credence to too many things that are causing the harms and dangers to the lives of our people. Because when these laws were written in 1839 or whenever they were written, and then it was it was amended in 1986 by Samuel Doe, they only look at the political previews of it. They really were not looking at the social factors and social economics of it. So as a result, there are just too many bad things that the law actually allowed Liberians to do and get away. So if you are telling me that there are statute of limitation to corruption, and then people are talking to war and economic crimes code, so the economic crime they're talking about will not be judged after 5 years or after 6 years, because the paper I'm looking at now telling me that corruption is a non-capital offense, and you should only start the proceeding of that law in 5 years. There are people who stole money here in 2001, 2000, 2003, even those times when the international communities were bringing money for Liberian interim government to thrive. So is the War Crime Code not going to judge those people? So the War Crime Code will want to be judging people who serve in the weird government, because weird government was just 6 years ago. So and you cannot allow, no foreign law can override the laws of the country. So the War and Economic Crime Code they are bringing will have to work within the purviews of the Liberian law. If I'm a Liberian government official and you want to judge me for a crime that I committed under the economic law in 1999, I will not come to that court, because there is a statute that limits you from actually judging me.
Mr. Kennedy?
So I think there are too many things that are wrong at the moment. And while I definitely agree and support the asset recovery, and I think that there should be a starting point for everything. So the United government should begin to look at the immediate past government. But I think I will even be happier if they extend beyond that. Because my argument is, it is not only people from Georgia government who stole. People from Ellen Johnson government stole a lot of money. In fact, there are more money came to Ellen Johnson government than Georgia government. Over 10 to 16 billion dollars in the 12 years they were here.
Mr. Kennedy, we're starting for a second. I said, Mama, you're going to come in. But I'm going to say this. During the war, the Constitution was suspended. So we're going to address that law kind of differently, I really believe, because we didn't have no Constitution there. Say, Mama.
Yeah. First of all, I'm very exhausted. I had a very tough day. So I need to go now. I got to go home and go to sleep and leave acid alone. But I want to say that I agree with Mr. Kennedy. I agree with Mr. Kennedy that we should go you know, back into the 12 years of my Ellen's government, because there were a lot of things that went on wrong there. There were a lot of stealing. There were a lot of misappropriation, and I think they need to be audited. They need to recover some of the assets and stuff like that. But my disagreement with Acido is that when did he get to know that honesty matters, transparency, and all these things? When did you get to know that? It was your job to do it. It was your job to audit my Ellen government. She did not refuse. You refused to audit my Ellen government because the 150 million that were in the bank, it was too much for you. You wanted to divide it, the anxiety. I mean, you was just crazy. And so you didn't have the time. Because I suggested, I'm not going to call name, I suggested to some top government officials that, hey, when we win, we need to audit my Ellen government. When we win. Oh no, we're not going to audit. We're not going to audit. They told me that. I'm not going to call names. But they said it. I made that suggestion and they refused. Now, you are forcing us to say we should right your wrong. Why? Why you didn't do it? Then you just sitting and just repeating one thing over and over. I said, oh, it was your responsibility as a government to audit the government, my Ellen's government. She didn't refuse. You didn't do it. Now you're forcing it down our throat that we now, Unity Party now, presently, should audit the past government, my Ellen government, for 12 years. You didn't do your job. So now we are point C, and you want us to go back to A. We don't have the time now, but I agree that you should have audited them. I agree. But now we don't have the time. We're moving on a positive valve. We're moving. We waited to C. Then you say we should go to A. I don't know. I really don't know. But ladies and gentlemen, it was nice being on the show, and I have to go to get my beauty rest. I'm tired. I had a long day, so I want to say good night to everyone.
Jemima, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Jemima?
Good night.
Jemima, can you hear me?
Yes, you can.
Well, two person won't know the snake oil you can rub. They say,
hey, go.
You just looking more beautiful every day. One of them say that the only reason you can be watching Spoon Show. So I just want to give you your props. That there's some people out there admiring you, so you gotta keep it up, but you gotta keep rubbing that oil.
Oh, then I love them back, but I don't use no special cream. No special cream.
Okay.
Yeah. My skin and my complexion, I got it from my dad. So it's just, my daughter has the same texture of skin that I have. But then thank you. I love them back. So Dwalu, I see you.
Thank you, man. I'll say.
But wait.
Yeah,
Mama, you not start a job. Every day you can say you tired. Every day you can say you tired. You not start a job or what?
But you don't tell me that, bro. I say.
Who, me? No, I really don't complain, but these few times I've been having a lot of work. My own work, I run my own business. Then I have work to do for the government. Then I got nighttime job, which is Spoon Talk.
I hear you.
So I need to rest. I haven't really been resting because, I have to do a lot of work at home too. Thank you.
Mr. Vatupa.
What about me?
Yeah, give me one.
Okay, but then I say go ahead. I mean,
1 second.
So go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Unfortunately, Andy Jemima just left. I remember when I was looking for a place, certain time Andy Jemima wanted to put me in the studio in Library here. I called Andy Jemima looking for a place though. She said my son can't get a place. Andy Jemima came to the place now. I said, how much aid? Andy Jemima said 500 last 400. I said, but Andy Jemima, which one you want to do to me again? 400 per month in Library. Yeah. I run away out the end. I'll place you put that stay there. So At the end of the month, if I pay you 400 per month for a place, why would I be keeping 40 and to pay kitchen for myself to even feed my family? How do I manage? I left that woman. But you know, again, on a real thing, I think we are all saying the same thing. Everybody wants accountability. I don't think it is a bad thing. It is a good thing. All of us must call for that. In as much as people throw things here and there at people, we know how the political process works. Once you are in public space, if you don't have a thick skin, you will always be having problems with people. Because people will say all kind of things about you that you even know about yourself. That's okay. But the truth is that if we are sincere to doing certain things, we must be sincere on it. And like I'm saying, I who have loved for CDC to have done what they should have done. Were we perfect? No. We were not. Did we make some games? I will always defend the games we've made. Again, should we have audited? I said, yes, we should have. Did we do it? Probably no, or we did not aggressively do it. Is it wrong for Unity Party to do it now since we didn't do it? I don't think it's wrong. I don't think so. One of the things I'm looking at is if this whole asset recovery thing starts from 2018, there will be some change of the law sometime in the future to go back, and you will have all of these problems around. That I can assure you. I know what I'm talking. There will be some change of that whole statute of limitation thing you're talking about, of the law to ensure people go back from 2006. Why you can't just do it today? If you want people to call you on who built house, why do you want to limit where the people call you from? Say no, just call me from 2018, don't call me from 2017. Good down. What? How is that going to help anybody? I think let's just be aggressive across the board and let people see the sincerity into it. And country. Other than that, trust me, you have, before you finish with one case, it will take you 2-3 years. Then your whole government end. I'm telling you, before you, or else you will just go court to court all around the place, and you will not accomplish anything. But if you want to do it right, that's not right.
That's not how it's going to work. Not one case. People seem to ask about talk about it's your turn. Once you're in the process, you're in the process. You don't have to do the case one at a time. This is government. Go ahead, Asif.
Thank you. I really don't understand the argument of putting the responsibility of auditing the Salif government on this Joseph Boyka. There's something called recency bias, and we know for information, for tracking corruption, the most recent stuff is easier to find, to have access to. We know our government is not a good government for record keeping. And I really wanted that Ellen Salif government to be audited. I still want it to be audited. But if there is a statute or limitation on these crimes, unless we change that law, we can't do it. But that doesn't mean we have to wait until we change that law before we look at the corruption in the past government. So we need to move on with the asset recovery, the audits that they're asking for today, anything LHCC itself can find, anything. Look, we need transparency, we need accountability in government, and we will only start from some point. And if it starts now, fine. If it's incorrect in the eyes of some, at least we have started and we'll continue to improve on it. This whole concept, of limiting our people in terms of what they can do or what they can't do, when it comes to expressing their democratic rights, I think is something that's wrong. So let's give Isaac the chance to keep saying what he wants to say. Whether it doesn't resonate with us, whether we disagree, I think it's his right to hold on to, the wrong information, or to peddle or push his ideas. So Isaac, I'm not gonna bother you again. You can keep saying what you want to say. It's your right to say it, but I think there's a dead horse. We are beating on the issue of, people declaring their assets. I think it's very important. I think it's extremely important, especially for the head. And if it's not true that we are, declare his assets to the GSC, then you guys are really, really disingenuous and not serious with Liberian people. To pretend that something was declared somewhere where it's not there, now some of us will be asking the GSC if they receive those documents and if we can have a copy. Or we make a freedom of information request and see if we can get that information. I think as a group, they're supposed to do it, because if one person do it, they'll say a person that will have as a signature on the requesting it.
But what should we go through that? I'm sorry, but what should we go through all that thing? Why should we go that long way?
Because it's intended to make sure you don't get it. That's the reason why. Look,
that's it. That's the reason. That's it.
There's no reason beyond it. That's the reason. That's the only reason to put that there. And even if a requested President Weah's asset, well, so-called asset that he declared, were requested by 4 different organizations, including Front Page Africa, they file information request and they refuse to give it to them. Still, asset here can't get admitted. The asset don't get admitted. It was requested several times
because they don't have it.
They've never had it. Yeah.
Because John we are lied to the Liberian people.
Why the institution GSC? Why the institution? If you write down a formal letter requesting a specific kind of document, if they have never received that document, why can't they say we have not received it?
Only President Weah could not have done that. It was risky. It was very risky. The CDC boys have.
You know what we do? So now that they get, I believe the folks going to request it, but like you said, Isaac, we're going to get a lawyer and we'll formally request it.
Let's do that.
As a media outlet, we're going to get a lawyer and we'll go to GSC and ask for it. And they should, according to the law, make it available.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the proper way. They will not wait for Joe Weah to give them okay. Is there anything in there that Joe Weah must give them okay?
Nope.
Stand up.
Nothing.
Stand up. Just 1 minute.
Nothing.
Are you sure?
What are you calling me? You said nobody must call your name. Why are you calling me? Leave me, man.
Are you sure someone is not embarrassed on the show? And I keep asking, what exactly Rescue wants? Rescue said they can't go back from 2006 because they won't start from now. Today, you want people to publish their asset. You don't want to start from President Barker today, but you want to start from back. What really does Rescue want? So your concern is not President Barker, who is current today as the president, but you won't go back to the last person. But for audit, you don't want to go back to the last person, but you won't go back to the first. What do you guys want?
Look at it,
Someone on the show
if President Barker has not declared his asset,
let me just say, President Weah, let me just end, please, 1 minute. President Weah adhered to the law. The law asks for declaring your asset. It didn't say publish. We are not asking for President Barker to publish his asset based on the law. We are only asking him to based on his campaign promises. Apparently, you're not concerned about him publishing an asset today. The only asset you want so concerned about is President Weah's. Somebody should be asking themselves exactly what they want.
Look at the kind of spin. Look at the kind of provoking spin.
I don't think you're doing a good job for CDC.
Yeah, but
I think CDC begin to get concerned about your participation on the show. Just be an independent voice. Don't say you're representing CDC here. Just be an independent voice on the show. Because it's so embarrassing that in less than 3 months, 3 weeks ago, President Joseph Yema Boakai declared his asset, and they said they will make it available. They will. After the LCC crossed all the T's and dotted, even yesterday I spoke to them. Let me announce it now. They will make it available. It will be out there. He got nothing to hide. But it took your government, your administration 6 years. Everybody wait now. 6 years. And we still fighting. The man with $80 million should be proud and say, I got $80 million. Yeah, my asset declaration. You can find it in the Bank of France in Paris. You can find it in the Bank of America in New York. You should say that, but because he did it, and that poor Kennedy, the best friend to former Finance Minister Samuel Twe, the man I used to drive Samuel Twe all over, and Samuel Twe get a man job. That poor Kennedy, yeah. Samuel Twe was a truck driver. He had nothing in his account, zero. Samuel Twe didn't declare his assets.
So let me, Stanton, saying you're trying to be personal. Let me
no, I didn't think it's a job on you, my friend. Please
tell some of your personal.
I think it's a job on you. I'm thanking you.
Yeah, some of your personal misapplication of me. First of all, I was not a driver for Samuel Twe, and another day Samuel Twe gave me a job. You know how I got the job? I am filled. No, Samuel know
That
how I got this job
Paul.
at Enfield. Number three, Samuel Tua does not even know how to drive a sedan. The boy had a Toyota Corolla in Virginia that he was struggling to drive. Whenever I hear you people say Samuel Tua was a truck driver, I'm trying to figure out who gave him truck. That boy struggled to drive a sedan before you. The man had a Class C driver license. I have
Is that why you were driving for him?
No, it's not why I never drove for Samuel Tua. Samuel Tua and I were in DC together at a particular point in time. I rented a car and we went around DC.
Yeah, the car was rented in your name.
As a Vatuba there, he can tell you.
The car was rented in your name.
What do you mean the car rented in my name?
You rented a car, you said.
I don't get rent money to rent my own car.
Wait. You said
I'm an Avis preferred member. When I walk in any country, I just go to the Avis car rental and pick my car up and drive away.
Thank you.
So,
but my question here,
the
car you rented, my question here, that's the same car Samuel Tua sat in. So you were the driver, right? You were the designated driver, right?
He drove the man around.
But
stand up.
I guess you got to
I'm not fighting with you. Listen, think why you want to think. I'm driving you around Willingboro. You stand on. You and I want to drive. That means to drive you around Willingboro.
They got to also.
The man when I want to drive, I used to drive you around Willingboro.
I agree. The other place you drove me for us to go pick up Channing food. That's the only place you drove me. Not yet. but that was a good show. As you can see,
much big ups to the people in the US who can really facilitate people from Liberia. Will not be driving for plenty of the people than before. Will not take the picture sleeping in the car, the more wide open, all those kind of pictures they got it. So driving people around that they're part of a political party, so that I'm batting.
Yeah.
No, but I think we had a good show, folks. And as you can see, I said over and away. My argument is like if President George Mano, we had a former president, say, you know why? Enough is enough. GAC, please release my document. Liberians need to see it. Because it called into question all the property George Mano, we are doing his term as president, accumulated. There will be no way you can question it. From year 1 to year 2 to year 3. So if you are saying, Jackie, 2019, John Mano, we start building this property, right? And you're talking to 2021 or 2020. This kind of property, you must get money sitting on millions of dollars sitting on somewhere to finish this thing in 2 years.
Yep.
Look, we can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 properties. 18.
And you gotta count the churches here and the one in the middle over there.
Oh yeah, you know what? I'm sorry. Yeah, that count all of them. This is a whole thing that this will be one of the beautiful estate Liberia ever owned.
Yeah.
When we take this property back from George Manawea.
And I think
this will be one of the beautiful government owned high class.
I can already think on a diaspora program.
Yeah.
Doctors, retired doctors, Liberian doctors and nurses, it would be a good place to house them. Seriously. If we really create a medical diaspora program, there will be a decent place to host those people.
I agree.
Yeah, I think always get an idea that.
Well, I told you I was saying that.
I was thinking the same thing. Teachers, doctors, engineers, people from the diaspora, we can use that place to house people to come and help out in Liberia. So it will be a perfect,
some technical courses and stuff. We can invite professors. Look, Liberia is the paradise to some people who come in, right?
Yeah.
After they teach, they go on the beach, teach and beach, and I rhyme. The boy enjoy it.
Teach, beach, and home witchcraft.
But guys, we gotta go. That's different place. Y'all carrying the conversation different place. Now you and Ava, I'm not gonna go into it.
I gotta say something.
Yes, sir. Let's do our
words of my busy. But pour that baby, skin center, your first kid at all. put your money there. But Paul, today, pocket get Uka. Eh?
No, man. They're frisky. Galu, they're not just frisky.
What the woman need? Bangala, baby.
I can get my own car. That's something I gotta be right. And Azetuba, and I drive the Azetuba around DC too.
Okay, now Uber you're driving, huh?
But I mean, the only thing I want to know when
But the
you
point
come
know
back.
my driving skill. No point know my driving. They know
The
me.
only thing I want to know when you come back, we just want to know why you sat there, American and beat you. That's all I want to know. That the only conversation. How the American beat you, man?
I mean, the Babulu people decide. The Babulu people decided who they wanted. I don't think it's about American beating me. I think it's about who the Babulu people decided they wanted at the time. You know, election, everybody wins.
I'm out of my friend now. I hold you, but I get veil. I'm out of my friend too now.
Yeah, nothing wrong with you that will be being with my friend. I'm out of my friend.
But I'm out of my man too.
But why you gave you a disclaimer that Amara your friend? Why? Who worry about Amara being your friend? You. Why are you announcing it?
I don't bring worry inside. I just tell him my friend.
But nobody announcing it that Amara not a friend. Amara a good man, but you know that the man beat Paul Kennedy at all. Paul Kennedy keep on the show Yeti. I would beat American. If I beat American, I'm gonna resign from Enfield. Send it beat Paul Kennedy now. You still.
You know, I would never do. You know, I would never say that. I know every competition has a winner. I know that for sure. So when I go into a competition, I always speak of what I would do for myself. I don't speak about beating other people. I was expecting to get elected in the process.
And at the end of the day, you did extremely well to come in third place, though. You came third. You did extremely well. I know we're going to be talking to you later, but I think you get an eye. You're going to be running against Botokana in 2029 if God gave us long life, and He will. And I believe that it will be a very tough battle for Botokana because he came third, and you're going back. You're doing some big stuff. So, well, yeah, about your vision. We hope to have you next week by God's grace to hear more about your plans for Botokana. Folks, it's been a wonderful program. We say thanks to Aunt Jemima, Asido, Jackie, as always. I don't know how long you're going to be here for, Jackie, but we can still keep you here. Please don't go back anytime soon. Have a safe flight coming back. My brother, Mr. Dwalu, as always, thank you for carrying my sister out to vacation. We hope you can do that so often. And from my end, I want to say thanks to all of our followers. It's been a great show. We look forward to seeing you guys again Monday. Don't forget, this week will be a very big basic week. The tenant position dispute, the Supreme Court will be ruling on it. The government going to win. I can announce from all of our legal sources, the government going to win. Everybody that on tenure will be out as per the report we are receiving. And I also want to announce that by Thursday, Friday, the asset recovery going to put out the names, and that's big, of folks that they are targeting. Over 20 and properties in and out of the country.
Yeah, don't use targeting, Stanton. Investigating.
Okay, investigating. Thank you. That's the right word. Investigating. And they're going to go ahead and put all those information, and we'll be glad that you have the program. Our special thanks goes to Dr. Richardson, who is going to a friend's birthday party. She couldn't be with us. Another one to Glennie Ginger. Glennie went on a date, and Mama had to leave. As a tool, as of October, Paul Kennedy, you always welcome on Spoon. Jackie, my sister, you too, Mr. Dualu. Let's hold it down. My maid, Uncle Sam, Jackson, and everyone else. We want to say thank you. Have a blessed Saturday evening, wherever you are. Thank you.
Thank you. CEO, please go to the WhatsApp.
Okay, I will.
Galu, let's talk later.
Well, folks, I want to say thank you for being here again with us tonight. Thanks to all of you for your contributions in the comment section. We appreciate you for calling in. Thanks to all of you who tried calling but they didn't make it through. We appreciate you who just sat by a radio playing the listening role. Thanks to the thousands of folks out there who were able to watch the show across the different platforms on Facebook, Spoon TV, Fabric TV, and Super TV on YouTube. Spoon Talk Live. We appreciate you guys. Spoon Talk is off for the week. We will be back on Monday. Tomorrow is God Can Bless Anybody. You can call in and participate. Until then, have a good night. My name is Nelson Colette. Coming up at 1 a.m. will be the late night show, the late night politics on Spoon. You can make up time to join us. Until then, have a good night and bye-bye for now.
Yes, I, a special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the South and Band, charging.